Well, there goes the Daverhood. Good morning, everybody. Welcome on.
Put the balloons around you like a
Oh, yeah, actually, they're not even showing up. Hold on.
gotta lift them.
On this August 1st, 2026, to the 1043rd episode. It's kind of hard to see on the thing there, but of the Dave's Gone By, Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream with me, Dave Lefkowitz. That is my darling and adorable wife providing the sound effects and the suggestions. You are at home or wherever you are, providing the eyes, the ears, the hearts.
I'm gonna put your thought for today as gold.
Goal! There's literally no reason why I have this FIFA, soccer, whatever backdrop. That'll be for you know who. Behind me on the show today. I don't think we have a scissor in here. But except for the fact that at Walgreens, it took a couple of weeks, but at Walgreens, there was a shelf this past week.
Well, we can take off this. I'm gonna take this off.
Oh, yeah, of all the unsold FIFA items. Like, because everybody's watching, especially when the United States was
I'm
involved.
gonna take off the metal for you.
Yeah, especially when the United States was involved, everybody was watching. Even Americans gave a crap about soccer. So Walgreens was selling these things, garbage, Narishkai t-shirts for, you know, just can't get that. 7, 8, 9, 10, $14, whatever. And then, just this week, you go there and there's like 2 shelves of, World Cup FIFA items that we're selling for all this money are now marked down to literally
Yes.
$1 each.
To which I asked the girl, "Is it $1 for everything?" She said, "Yes, they're all $1."
All the literally
That thing
$1.
look, here's the FIFA lights. Show them it's real.
Yeah, the licensed,
Yeah,
as they call it, merch.
merch.
Now, granted, people would be still snapping this
Show
up.
them it's licensed.
People would still be
on the other side, licensed.
people would still be snapping up this merchandise if we had beaten Belgium in whatever it was, the quarterfinals of the Cup. We didn't, and then it ended up being Spain versus whoever, and Spain won. Of course, Spain won. They had 4 million Moroccans running on the field, but the merch survives. So this with a little thing hanging from it was selling for about $15 during the tournament. $1, ladies and gentlemen. Now I can be Flavor Dave. Look at this. Huh?
You look cute. You look fancy.
So,
All
this
right.
backdrop behind me, tablecloth or whatever the hell it is, that people will get paid
look.
$7, $8 for. Yeah, look at me. Look at me.
You look like you're a FIFA. Remember when we were in Argentina and we came back from Argentina to the U.S. and it was the World Cup and it was like billions of people. It was It was horrific trying to get into New York through customs. And I remember they were giving people seats. There were kids playing, soccer or football. And behind me was the Univision crew. They were Univision. Yeah. They were basically trying to come back because they had filmed the World Cup. Yeah.
No, but I mean, it was much, much, quote unquote, worse this year, I'm sure, for everybody commuting, everybody everywhere on trains and Amtrak and LIR, just because we were not only hosting it in New Jersey, but we were in the mix.
I feel bad. Like, where are you going? Where are you going to go in all of the U.S.? Are you going to go to some scenic, one of the natural wonders, or I'm going to New Jersey,
Megaland, or wherever it was.
Trenton for the show.
But if you're getting a weird vibe of like you're seeing this on the net, so why the hell is this the backdrop? What's with all the FIFA crap? And the thing was, this FIFA crap, what you're looking at cost $2. Yeah, so this appeals to me as the producer of a show that makes no money and as a Jew. It hits both of my sweet spots.
I think it's very pretty.
Yeah, and you also look at that. It really, really is. It's not,
I mean, and it's also the year. It'll be good for like New Year's Eve too.
yeah, 26.
What we can do is fold it, so I can cover over the FIFA stuff. I'll just fold it on itself.
Yeah,
keep it,
and get over.
and it'll be really pretty for the New Year's show.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah,
I am feeling it.
It's a nice look.
Yeah. So there it is. That is why you're looking at what you're looking at. So,
I'm opening the bad one. You have to use this thing.
Oh, my wife is trying to open a seltzer bottle.
It was in the car. It probably blew up.
Oh,
they
man.
still have shrimp at Mission Barbecue. Yeah.
What's up with? Oh, because you know what? Labor Day. They're going to change their
Is that
menu.
the next? Okay.
Labor Day. I'm sure.
How do you know that?
Because it makes. This is what they do. We're talking about Mission Barbecue. Because we leap from topic to topic here on Dave's Gone By. That's what we do. So Mission Barbecue has this thing called the Black Plate Special. If you've been watching my show for the last 2 or 3 years, I've talked incessantly about this. And sometimes it's prime rib, or sometimes it's espresso rubbed ribeye steak, or something like that, or a sirloin or something. This is, though, every once in a while they'll do meatloaf, right? Or chicken, or shrimp.
I think you had like some kind of coffee Hawaiian, right?
Yeah. Oh, the Kona rub, the Hawaiian. Oh, with a little bit of pineapple. Oh, yeah, on a steak, a reasonably priced for this day and age, and very tasty steak or ribeye or friggin' prime rib for like $15. However, if you're gonna serve me 7 barbecued shrimp for $15, I don't need your Mission Barbecue. Go away. Mission Barbecue. Come back after Labor Day with something good. Mission Barbecue. You know what's really cool? When I'm looking at this on the screen here, it looks like there's a poop emoji right on top of my bald head. It's worked out like the swirl of the brown number 2 is actually a brown number 2. Take a look at it. You see it? Totally by accident.
Did you do that on purpose?
Oh, no, I did not. I did not. Wow. Also gives me a little pompadour hairstyle.
You look like you're either in the FIFA reporting booth or you're in the FIFA bathroom. It's either one or the other.
Okay, I'll take the booth. I'll do the booth for $300, Alex. So there you go. So there's that. Mission Barbecue. Nothing really to talk about. I'm not going to go there, even though I think I had a coupon a couple of weeks ago for a free app or free suite. Don't give me a free suite with per. Give me something good. Give me like the a side. Okay, a nice healthy side like we call Outback, or what's the other steak? Texas Roadhouse. Yeah. They'll send me coupons sometimes for like their equivalent of a bloomin' onion. Yeah. Alrighty then. I'll think about it. But what else? Welcome. It's August 1st, 2026. It's Dave's Gone By. It's a mix of this nonsense plus other segments that we do every week, regular segments about irregular topics that I decided to and have been doing for years and years. We've been on the air since 2002. That is not a misnomer. It's not a thing of 2022.
Yes,
no.
What's that about?
Not even, it's just 2002, 23 and a half, almost 24 years ago. We began as a radio show, and we're still doing what we do now on Facebook every Saturday morning from 9 until noonish or thereabouts. So what's going to be on this very episode?
Painted the angel of
Show me.
death.
Oh, it's a new Art Paul Schlosser paint. It's not okay.
Angel of death. Paul, what are you doing?
Well, he had some good ones this week. Art Paul Schlosser is a friend of the Daverhood. He is a Madison, Wisconsin street singer and songwriter, and he's also a painter. He's gotten into this thing where he paints a painting a day every single day of the year. He did it for a full year, and we thought he was going to stop, like he hit his goal, and then he just kept going, and he's keeping going, and he's doing a painting every day. And some of them are really, really cool. Some of them are, not my taste. And he did a painting of me, which was like, thank you, Art Paul. And at some point, I may commission him to paint a potato. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure. He volunteered to do mine. He kind of did mine without even asking, and then he's like, you did me. I'm like, thank you.
I think it'd be really nice to...
But if he ever wants to
And
do a potato,
A company.
so I could be his Medici. Yeah,
Have a potato. But the problem is which one? They're all,
I know. We have so many potatoes. Which one?
Maybe you could pick one of Faddle.
If we find them, we're a little upset in the
By
day.
that you mean gleefully happy?
You are not. No, you're not. She's making happy faces.
Oh, Jimothy, the cutest raccoon you'll ever see.
Yeah. If Jimothy were living in our yard and you saw
I'd
that,
kick his butt.
how would you feel about
I'd
that?
hate him.
Yeah.
I'd hate him.
See, now we've been talking about this also for a couple of years now. We've been living in Maryland. In fact, this week marked the 4th anniversary of buying our house here in northern Baltimore County in Maryland. And we have a lovely house. We really do. A lovely neighborhood, nice yard with a shed on it. Never actually have opened the shed since we've lived here. I've got no idea what's going on in the shed. Brian Kohlberger could have killed more students.
There was some equipment.
Yeah, but have you looked at it in literally the last 4 years?
Because your little furry friend probably tore it up.
Well, the issue is living not in our shed, I hope, but under our shed has been a groundhog, an actual real-life Punxsutawney pest that I named Fiddle-Faddle, mainly because of the way he walks. We've seen him on the lawn many, many times, just walking. He's this blubbery, lumpusy thing that goes, he can move very fast, but he's like, you know how groundhog, like, Fiddle-Faddle, Fiddle-Faddle, Fiddle. So I named him Fiddle-Faddle, and of course my wife hates him because she worries, not without cause,
He's the devil.
that he's digging holes, he's ruining.
If I wanted to get that little tiny wolfy dog, he's like 8 pounds. Fiddle-Faddle weighs more than him. You would eat him.
Yeah, but we never left them. We've had dogs. We never, ever left them off leash outside anywhere.
No, I'm afraid, like, Fiddle-Faddle's probably flea-ridden.
That could be. That could possibly happen. But Fiddle-Faddle was ubiquitous the last couple of weeks. Yeah. Like, he'll go away for stretches at a time, and certainly we won't see him in winter. But then, suddenly, like he's out there, maybe it's mating season or molting season or whatever groundhogs do, or, there's a Bill Murray Film Festival he has to go to. He's there. And he's out in the yard, eating, and he does his thing. He just goes, he's out.
He knows he's wrong.
Like typical squirrel moves. Like
he knows he's wrong. He knows he's wrong.
Well, my wife gets really agitated when he comes too close.
Because he will destroy our house.
He's not going to destroy the house. He's lived here longer than we have.
Yeah, but if he digs underneath.
If he digs on, that is true. That is why I don't necessarily want to block off his shed home.
That's not why.
No, because if we do, he's going to need a new home. And he may want to move closer to our domicile. This way, he's got his space. It's under the shed. And our shed is not on solid ground. It's built on a pile of rocks. So he literally moved rocks away.
That's why he comes to our shed, because he can dig with his fat. Tell them why our friend said when the 6 baby foxes were born there, why the mother and father fox didn't.
No, you tell them. You tell them.
It.
Well, honestly, there was enough room under our shed, apparently, that at the same time, and even though they kind of should be enemies, the foxes were living under the shed and the groundhog.
And they normally don't live together.
Yeah, they don't, no, this is not an integrated neighborhood for whistle pigs and foxes, and yet they managed it. The foxes.
You know why?
Why?
Because our neighbor who was the gardener said because he's so fat that they couldn't eat him. He's gigantic.
Yes. Groundhogs are clumpy. They're blumpy. They're cute. They're kind of. You ever see them pick one up on Groundhog Day? The way they're like.
They wear gloves because they're not dumb.
They're like, what were they from Roald Dahl? They're Vermicious Knids in Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator or something. It's like they're. Or those toys that people Herman used to have, where you squeeze one part and this goes bulbous. That's what a groundhog sort of is. Not that I've ever tried to pick one up or ours up. So yeah, he's a big old thing. And the foxes had their babies, left him alone. He left them alone. Foxes went away. I haven't seen, they don't live here anymore. Groundhog still does. Or at least he did until a couple of days ago. When both of us started getting sad.
And sick.
because we hadn't
He
seen
made us
him.
sick with his evil.
Yeah, it was also a rough week because my wife and I both had colds. You came down with it first,
Yeah.
and then I got it literally, like just as you started getting better, I came down with, still kind of getting over it, although I've felt relatively normal the last couple of days. But yours came with what? It was headache? What else did yours have?
I felt like very sleepy.
Well, I should get that. I get that cold 5 times a day. No, but mine started with just a sore throat, and I got worried because I thought, oh, this is how all this happens with me. I get a sore throat for 2 days, and then for 2 days it's incredibly painful to swallow, which makes me anathema at all the gay clubs. But this time I didn't get that. I was sore. I had some cough drops, and then it just went into a head cold for about a day and a half. Just sneezing, but congested, but never stopped up. And my eyes are like a little, and it's just, as you said, sleepy. Like I was trying to nap 3 or 4 times a day just to get it out of me and burn it out of me. And it did. This is one of those colds where minor, major day, gone. Even though my head still feels a little underwater-ish and my tinnitus is terrible. You should give me a ring. Thank you very much. But your cold went away too, thank goodness. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So unfortunately, that was this week. I wasn't terribly productive. I was a little bit phlegm productive on the day that I had the cold. In fact, I was this close this morning. I coughed up phlegm during breakfast. And I was so worried that my wife would see it because she gets very nauseous.
I don't know why.
Well, I'm Jewish, so I'll cough up phlegm, and then I look at it to see if there's blood, to see if there's anything weird about it, or just to see the fascination of this came out of my body. This was in my bronchi, my chest cavity, and now it's on this napkin. Cool! But I don't want her to see it, so I immediately threw it onto a paper towel.
I saw you do it. You ran out the room.
No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, the problem was I had this long paper towel. I went, huh, and then the towel immediately folded over.
Good.
Well, not good, because now I can't share it with you, because I do a segment called My Old Phlegm, where I look at it and see what image my phlegm has taken, and I read it like tea leaves. But unfortunately, there's no My Old Phlegm. No My Old Phlegm today. But what we will have today on an episode, even though this is a Saturday morning, we're calling this episode Friday, not in honor of our beloved potatoes, because that has a mixed message, but we do have a guest in the Daverhood. So I've been going through my old files again, all the things I've written, and all the items that are on my website, davelefkowitz.org. That is not the website for the radio, for this podcast show, which is davesgoneby.com. davelefkowitz.org is where I put all my writings, my comical essays, my plays, my song lyrics. Those are all there. And so I'm going through them and making proofreading, correcting, and things like that, and making them more uniform in terms of their font and typeface. I'm anal that way. And I come to a show I reviewed back in 1995 off Broadway. A show that I quite liked called Matty, which was all about, for his time, a very, very famous and quite great baseball player named Christy Mathewson, who was this apparently incredible pitcher, also a very special kind of guy, very interesting guy. And so this actor named...
Tomorrow there's going to be the market at where we shop, that market on Main, that little tiny market. Okay.
This actor did this show, a one-man show, called Matty, An Evening with Christy Mathewson. And the actor's name is Eddie Frierson. And so I look at this review that I wrote 31 years ago when I saw this off-Broadway show. And so sometimes I do this. I'm like, wow, look what happened to Eddie Frierson. and because I'll do this, I'll see names or actors that I've reviewed, and
What happened to him?
yeah, and they haven't become Hollywood or TV series people.
What happened to
Like
him?
it's sort of like I'll see.
What happened to
Well,
him?
I'll tell you in a moment.
David, what happened to him?
Well, he's going to be on the show today. Is what happened to him.
What happened to him?
He's been fine.
What's he doing?
Well, I'll tell you. No, but I want to make the point. Like sometimes it'll be like I remember seeing on Broadway, Shakespeare's Tempest, with Frank Langella, and this very cute young actress named Carrie Preston. And I was, he was Prospero and she was Miranda, and she, nobody knew who she. I think she had done a little bit of off Broadway. Nobody. She was lovely and adorable and right for the role. And it's like, okay, whatever happened to her, she's Elsbeth. Right? So some people get that lucky, that big role, the role
but you
that
said the guy on the show is her husband, so they're both actors. Right?
Oh yeah, and
Is he more famous than her?
She's more famous than him now because
But was more famous than her before.
for theater.
Elspeth.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Emerson, because he did the Trials of Oscar Wilde, and he's done a lot of stuff on and off Broadway. So it's fun to go back, but there are so many people, good actors, and writers and directors and playwrights, that they did good stuff, but they don't have the name recognition. You wonder if they went into academia, you wonder if they just left the business, you wonder if they're still alive, that sort of thing. So I go, whatever happened to Eddie Frierson, excuse me. So I Google, I look up, and wouldn't you know that in 2 weeks he's doing a show at the Santa Monica Playhouse. Wouldn't you also know that it is the same show that I saw 31 years ago off Broadway about Christy Mathewson? Now, granted, there may be some certain whatevers he's changed with facts and information and tweaked it here and there over the past 3+ decades, because he was doing the show before it was off Broadway. It had to go through a series of permutations even to get to where I saw it back in '95. But I think this was my dream for like Miracle of Long John's, to be able to do this one-man show, bring it all over the world.
You ask him how he did it?
I think there's a little time to say what happened.
Yeah.
It's the character. The Baseball Hall of Fame is always interesting, and it's the people who love baseball, people who are into it.
Yeah, but how many years?
Since off Broadway,
Yeah.
it's been 31 years and counting.
But he does it every day?
No. He does it every few weeks.
Okay, so then it's not really like, if you take those years and divide it by weeks, it's weeks. Right?
Yeah, but he's still doing. It's like the guy who did The Accidental Pervert, and he did it for years and years, and then other people started doing it all over the world, right? Well, obviously, we all know who Whoopi Goldberg is. Her.
Who?
She did that, of course, Broadway show that was produced by Mike Nichols, and then they just revived it last year without her.
Wow.
They had other actresses playing the Whoopi parts.
Was it Agatha Christie in UK, the longest running play? Or
Mousetrap.
Mousetrap, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go see
But that
that.
has
Can
been.
we see that?
It was playing in London when I was there. I didn't see it.
Mission Barbecue just sent you a picture of ribs.
Thank you, Mission Barbecue. Thank you, Mission Barbecue.
They're like baby back ribs.
Give me my baby back.
5 bones or 10 bones.
Yeah, but that's not on sale. They're not. There's
They're
just
just
advertising.
saying
Yeah.
they know you like that.
I love it. So I am intrigued by, and also envious of, and also like, you go, bro, of Eddie Frierson doing this Christy Matthews. And as a matter of fact, also our friend of the Daverhood.
Where's he doing it, David?
I'm sorry?
Tell me where.
Santa Monica Playhouse. Just 2 performances coming up in mid-August.
But what I want to understand is, he goes around everywhere doing it, or he's only
Whenever
in
there's
Santa Monica?
a place that wants it, wherever somebody commissions him or asks him, hey.
He must have an agent. That would be my.
Well,
thought.
thing is, he has an agent because he does a ton of voice work.
So
Lots of
that's
cartoons.
That agent. Well,
Right.
that's the.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
But
it.
also look at our friend of the neighborhood, Jessica Schur. Remember, a couple of years ago, it was actually during the pandemic,
Yeah.
she was doing her show, Betty Davis is Not for Sissies.
Yeah.
Remember we watched it?
Oh yeah, I liked it. She had red hair, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It
and
was
she.
very nice. Yeah.
Well, she's still doing that. She's got 500 plus performances under her belt
How
now.
does she get those gigs?
How does she get the gig? Because
That's what I'm
people
asking you.
are every gay man in America is interested in Betty Davis.
Yeah, but you can't have like. I think there's a. To me, there's got to be a threshold. Like,
You would figure.
You can do Menopause the musical, but at some point, you menopausal women are going to be like, oh heck no. You know, like there has to.
Well,
be
yes and no.
There has to be a point where there's a saturation of like.
You would imagine, but
You
if you
know.
bring it to all these different cities, then different countries, then back to cities where someone saw it 2 years ago and they want to bring family.
Countries? I mean, that's different.
Sometimes it's other countries.
Wow.
Yeah. Mostly, though, it's not even. It's just there are so many cities and places in America. And then if you do it long enough, there's a whole new generation.
But that's hard to do. You might have to have somebody who can get you in the door for
Yeah.
these places. That would be my.
And you look at Ronald, our wonderful friend Ronald Rand. He does his Harold Club.
Look at Ronald Reagan.
No, not Ronald Reagan.
1986, what are we doing?
Ronald Rand, we love Ronald, right? He does a show about Harold Clurman, the director, the theater teacher, and
he
he's been
very
doing that
famous,
all
Clurman?
over the world.
Was Clurman very famous?
Not a household name, but very important to American theater
I have no idea.
of a certain. Well, he does, and that's what his show is about.
Wow.
So I'm always intrigued about these people who manage to have a minor hit and then parlay that into a side career forever, for years and years and years. Not to mention that, think about it, this actor is playing a baseball player. He was probably his late 20s, early 30s when I saw him do it. He's 60s, 70s now.
Does he
He's
rewrite
still
it?
doing the same part.
Does he rewrite it and say like, because if you're playing someone older, do you play an older version of that character?
Well, what I think is nice is that, as I remember the show, you know how it is. It's like the actor looks back on his life, so he could be an older man.
Reminiscing.
Yeah.
Let's ask the crystal ball what you should do for all your shows and stuff. Where is it? Hold on.
It's in there.
I don't know if this is a good one.
Oh.
We have several.
We have several?
Yeah, we do. One is broke.
Really? Or just... Oh, no.
I think this is the broke one. Yeah, that's the broke one.
Oh, then we'll toss it then. Unless it needs just a battery.
It needs a battery.
We have these silly little toys that we get from places like Marshall's. You've seen them. They're in the boxes. It's, the tiny kudzu, the flying cat, what else we got? The drum kit. This.
You must have the ball for you.
It's in there somewhere.
We have cornhole. We have the screaming possum.
Oh, I love the screaming possum. I have the screaming goat.
Not the
This is one of the first ones we got.
ball.
Are you sure that crystal ball was... Because we were using one last week and it would have been the one I put back.
Really?
But I probably flipped the switch to make sure that it wouldn't...
No, you sing Jimmy.
The ball has nothing to do with it. The ball is just a visual. So swipe the side. Oh, weird. Oh well.
I want to do it.
Maybe I flipped the switch the wrong way and the battery rang out.
I want to do it. Is it by you anywhere?
But I can do the answer wheel
There
instead.
are two of them though.
Well, the other one might be in one of those boxes. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly where the other one is. I'm looking at it as we speak. It's in the second box from the top. You see it right by the Yule log?
Okay, I'm gonna get that. I'm going there.
That one may not even actually have ever been opened.
Ow.
Oh, you okay?
Oh. Jeez. Stuck. Oh.
Anyway,
You see it where? Oh, I
Yeah.
see it. Okay.
Eddie Frierson.
Yeah, David, there's nothing of your stuff in my place here, right?
No, I know this closet. This closet is full of detritus from the Daverhood. This is the Daverhood closet. See, there it is. It's next to the Yule log.
And the rock climbing finger.
Now see if that one works. Maybe it does need the ball.
This one don't work. I'll try the other one.
Oh. We know one of them worked last week or 2 weeks ago.
It's not good. It's not good.
Oh, well. He'll be at Santa Monica Playhouse just for 2 performances in mid-August, but he will be here chatting with Rabbi Sol Solomon later in this show. Rabbi Sol, of course, has been with us since our very first episode back in 2002. Okay? Rabbi Sol, he does the honors of doing most of our interviews. So even though he's Jewish, he doesn't know that much about sports, Rabbi Sol will ask a whole bunch of questions about Eddie Frierson and his voice work, about Christy Mathewson and his importance to baseball, about the show, about touring, all those kinds of things. It should be a wonderful conversation. Don't miss it. There it is. Okay. And the ball does light up. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So, would you like to ask a question?
You do it.
So we know that's happening. All right. Now, maybe the order of things. Another thing that we're doing on the show is Rabbi Sol Solomon is going to be engaging in StoryTime. StoryTime is where we read a book, or he does. Sometimes I do. And it's not a book written by any of us, but it's a book we can play with and have fun and make fun of. Yeah. This week, it's I Like Your Chutzpah and other Yiddish words you'll like. So, we're going to get Christy Mathewson to do this, but we thought Rabbi Sol would be the appropriate man to read I Like Your Chutzpah.
It matches the wall. Nice.
So that's one segment, and then we will, of course, have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where our poem will be about Corona, Colorado. My Corona. So let me ask the crystal ball.
Yes.
We have those 2 segments, among others. Storytime, I Like Your Chutzpah, Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Should I do the Limerick first and the Chutzpah later?
Concentrate and ask again.
This thing drives me nuts. All right. Should I do the Limerick?
Just say one first,
Yeah. Should I do the Limerick first and the Storytime later on?
Without a doubt.
Oh. So, okay, that's going to move.
Wow.
That'll move Storytime later in the show.
Okay.
And our Colorado Limerick is going to be surprisingly early on
never
this
done that.
episode. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal Ball. Also, on this episode of the show, of course, Non-Greeley Times, which is a morphing of our Greeley Times segment with ridiculous, crazy, actual news stories from all around the world, and we share those with you. So that's a lot of fun as well. And and just our usual crazy Gesundheit stuff to talk about. So, before we get to, usually our first segment is our Non-Greeley Times, our first official segment. What else? We talked about having Gesundheit. Believe it or not, she's over her cold. This is just her normal sneezing. But yeah, we both had miserable colds. I got over mine.
You talked about that.
With 2 Tylenol. I didn't even take them together. I took 1 Tylenol one day and another Tylenol, an extra strength, the next day.
Oh, there's a big poll going on. Is Massapequa haunted?
Well, by ghosts of Indians, since they named it after it.
They have ghost hunters there.
So we did talk about the cold thing. This really...
The farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
Farmer's market.
What about it?
You.
The farmer's market.
Yeah.
Oh, we went. That's right. We went.
Sometimes I think
No, we were going to go to one today.
You have no cognitive permanent. What?
So yeah, we actually, because we've been thinking about it, this whole cyclosporidium thing, which is apparently is still booming.
Hey, honey.
Yeah.
I just finished composing a tune about my sewing machine.
Did you really?
Yep.
I'm a singer.
Songwriter.
Get it? So we've been afraid, and this is really, really rough on my wife, who's a vegetarian. So she lives on salad, cheese, eggs, fruit sometimes. She'll have an apple, two apples every single day to keep the doctor away, and tons of salad.
Yeah.
Well, with the whole Cyclosporidia thing happening to Taylor Farms and wherever they distribute their greenery, the one thing people aren't supposed to eat, even if you wash them, is various fruits and veggies. Yeah.
Taco Bell has a free guacamole thing because it's guacamole time. Didn't they get sanctioned? Not
They
Taco
get
Bell, Chipotle. They got sanctioned.
Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah, but thing is, my wife has had to change her diet for the last 2-3 weeks because she's terrified of getting cyclosporidia, which comes with diarrhea, which I always love and make fun of diarrhea, but it's very difficult for her.
When they say that when the CDC puts the word explosive, they're like, sometimes explosive. I mean, that word is like...
Yeah, that's
like you don't want machine gun poops.
No, I
can't...
That was my gangster rap name.
No, that's the one who used on Coles, right?
But she... So it's been a rough time. So we're looking out, not even to get just our usual good fruits and vegetables from Mom's Organic Market, or we're trying to look for like actual, real, serious, local farm produce. And we finally found we went back to a place we were at a few weeks ago in, I don't even know what town it's in. It's about, Pikesville. It was in Pikesville. And we go back there, and it's kind of nice because they're redoing half the place and turning it into a coffee shop.
It's going to be great. Because they're a farm. They're an organic farm. You could sit out there.
Yeah.
It would be beautiful.
Yeah. I don't understand why they should have probably done their timeline a little differently, because who's going to sit outside in a coffee shop in November by the time they open?
September, October, until December. Yeah, I think so.
But it should be a really, really nice place to get a cup of joe, not to mention, local grown honey and these squashes and other fruits and veggies. So we grab a cucumber yesterday and a tomato so you can make your Israeli salad or your Jerusalem salad.
I want to make today for dessert we'll have watermelon.
Yeah. But the first question is, how's your ass? You had a salad yesterday.
Up to 2 weeks, David, so we have to watch it over.
Well, so far, and I had the salad too. God willing, knock wood, toi toi, no cyclosporidia for either of us. I pooped twice this morning, and they were solid and they weren't even implosive. They came out.
Implosive?
Well, it means it goes up and fills you. No, perfectly fine, thank God, God willing. You too. So we know that at least the fruits and veggies there seem to be all right. We also got a watermelon from them that we'll probably have today.
I can't wait to have it because the ones in the place who normally get are seeded. This is seedless.
Yeah. So
I'm very excited about that.
So yeah, but that we did go to a farmer's market for probably one of the only times this whole summer.
I mean, we'll go Tuesday to the one that they have in another. It's interesting. They have it underneath it's like a parking structure next to a shopping center. And it's underneath, I guess, in case there's rain or whatever, so you could park and just, I think...
Well, when I was driving you to school 2 days ago, there was one, you can really see it because you were on the passenger side, but they did have, I swear to God, a farmer's market fresh vegetable stand set up in front of a gas station. There was just something a little odd, but they had the truck. The truck was
wasn't set up, it was being repaired.
No, there was a table full of fruits and vegetables. You couldn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you literally, right by the front door of a gas station, there's this table that said fresh vegetables. And it had, I couldn't really make out everything they had there, but it looked like lettuce and apples and carrots or whatever the hell they had. I don't know why. You can certainly buy all sorts of food, as we all know, if you go into a 7-Eleven or a gas station version of a 7-Eleven. We do it whenever we go on a long distance in a car and you're off the interstate and you go on an exit and you go into those places, the rest stops, tons of food to buy, and yet somehow the idea of sort of an organic-y produce farmer's market stand 4 feet from a gas pump, there's, what is it, incongruity?
But I think what probably happened is they don't have any other place to go, and maybe the gas station would give them space, right?
Well, notice the gas stations are doing this now. Remember, there's a place, another gas station we passed where they had a truck, and it was served breakfast. And I'm talking like
It's
pancakes.
gone now.
Yeah. And then, my beloved Taquito Leon?
I think your food truck knocked him out.
Maybe. But because there's another one that's right by another gas station. It's serving Mexican food. Speaking of cyclosporidia diarrhea. But I think it's Taquito Leon or Taquitos de Leon. It's probably delicious. And it's probably perfectly healthy and stuff. But it's sort of like the idea of a food truck, again, near, I guess in my mind it's a 1970s idea of a gas station. Like the hoses everywhere and the greasy pumps and the guy with stringy hair coming out and just like... Of course, now I'm the guy with stringy hair because everybody pumps their own gas in modern America. But I don't know, that was I would try that. Yeah, I would try gas station lettuce. I mean, Amico artichokes. Trying to think. Exxon eggplant.
Oh, God.
I'm stretching here. I know I'm stretching here. What else? What else did we see? Oh, we saw this. I'm kind of amazed at just what can get done and accomplished. I guess if you have a whole team of people, so unbearably quickly. They had, not unbearably, so incredibly quickly, they had a documentary on Netflix that my wife and I watched this week. Not the FIFA, well, no, not the FIFA thing. We saw that a couple of weeks ago. But this thing about prediction markets.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah.
Do you want to?
No, I don't know.
Because I can't even explain it.
You explain it. You seem to have a better understanding than me.
Well, it goes beyond gaming. You know, there are obviously tons and tons of gambling websites where people are getting addicted and losing their fortunes and whatever. But semi-related to that, there are gaming-ish websites that function like the stock market, where you are betting with a whole bunch of other people of something that will or will not happen. Which candidate will win the primary? When will the next goal happen? At what time will this goal happen in the FIFA game?
We'll get the first goal, or we'll get the...
infinitesimal things that you can bet on, right?
Yeah, anything.
And people do. And it's not so much you're betting against the house, you're betting shares with other people. And if something happens and you call it, you and these other people get the winnings. And if you bet and you lose if you didn't call it. And this is a huge thing. I had no idea about Kalshi and Polymarket and all this. No clue of any of this, which is probably a good thing because we'd be broken living on the street if I did.
No,
but
you're not a gambler.
No, thank God I'm not.
Never gamble, have you?
No, it wasn't my thing. But, it's this huge $1 billion market now.
Still happening?
Oh, phew, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But here's the deal. And now apparently the New York Post is writing about feuds between Polymarket and Kalshi and whatever. So what astonished me about this documentary...
You're saying Kashi.
Kashi.
Like Kashi?
Kashi. Was that it had to do, I got the FIFA thing behind me, had to do partially with people betting on FIFA. Who would make the quarterfinals, the finals, the semis and the finals? Would Belgium make it? Would Spain make it? And remember, we're talking about a half-hour, 45-minute documentary. The FIFA game, the final, was 2 weeks ago. This documentary was already including footage and mention of people who won or lost betting on that FIFA game and its outcome.
Was it the last Argentina-Spain? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm sitting there agog, not so much about predictive markets and not so much about the documentary content.
Yeah, but maybe they did everything, but they just didn't do that one.
That's possible. Yeah. But it's sort of like even nightly news back in the 70s and 80s was kind of a miracle. Some story would happen in New York at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then by the 5 o'clock news, there's not only a report in there, but they put together a 2-minute segment.
Well, they have teams of people. It's
not
just the reporter, right?
But to do that in a documentary context with editing and effects and so forth, and just have it there on Netflix.
I would think that, like, it's like, let's say you're doing the Grand Prix, or you're doing a beauty contest. Mm-hmm. You get everything loaded, and then you wait in production for the final thing, and you put that in. Because they weren't saying who won FIFA. They were saying, like, the last game, the last match, and they had them betting, and then they just showed a little bit of someone watching a TV and saying, oh, Spain or Argentina. It could have been
So, and also it was about a week between the semifinals and the finals.
So it could have been any
an extra
game
week.
With Spain, or it could have been, fans yelling España and just Spanish fans. I mean,
You're right. I guess there's more time.
I don't know,
But it just does really amaze me what can be done with digital work, with teams of people, 8 different people cutting different segments of a 40-minute thing, and there it is. Up to the minute.
People like Justin Bieber, the way they became famous was making music and music videos on their computer, laptop, and then posting it. So it's not...
Well, even this week, look at someone I never really have much use for, but God bless him, Boy George.
Yeah.
Like, boy, I mean, Do You Really Run Term is a fun tune.
He's famous already.
But what he did, probably was tooling around one evening, was feeling bad about the anti-Semitism in the world and the way Jews in Israel have been treated. So he goes on AI, and he whips together, says, AI, do this, GPT this, do this. Here's some lyrics, or make the lyrics your own, and I'll fine-tune them. And he had a song.
Do you think that the Netflix thing was ChatGPT? Do you think they're using ChatGPT to edit?
No, maybe they use it in different capacities to put a documentary together.
I'm sure, remember Final Cut Pro now probably has, or these editing probably have chat.
Oh my
AI.
God! Can you tell? Are there editing suites now where you tell it?
Let me ask.
Oh my God!
I'm sure you can give AI the footage and it'll edit. Yeah. What film editing software uses AI enhancements?
Because if it isn't happening already, it will.
It says Adobe Premiere, DaVinci Resolve. Let's see. Various production tasks. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So AI will cut
it can
for
do text-based, audio enhancement, smart masking and tracking, frame cutting. Here. I don't know.
But
I don't know what
tools that it does it for you.
Yeah. Yes.
Generative tools extends video clips or audio tracks by synthesizing missing frames or looping music. I mean, that's still creative. You're still telling it to do.
It's filling in the blanks for you.
Generates multi-language captions. Wonderful. Syncing them to that fine. Transcribes text. I don't know if it's really.
Let me ask it. I'll ask her.
Cutting though. Focal points to refrain. Yeah, please.
I'm gonna say.
What a thought. What a thought.
Can my AI make a video for me?
I guess if it can make a song for you, video generator from Google. I'm not freaking kidding you. Make videos in minutes. Go from a still to motion. I used to have to do that with the interviews that we did on the show when we were a radio program, and I wanted to post those interviews on YouTube.
You could do it that way.
Yeah, back in the day, I had to get a program online, put the video image in, load up the MP3 under it, and
do it on Google.
Now Google Gemini is freaking. Oh, and then there are paid plans, of course. Gemini Omni makes creating videos as easy as having a conversation. Think of it like Nano Banana for video.
What does that mean?
I don't even know what Nano Banana is.
What's a Nano Banana?
I'm 62 years old. I'm barely old enough to know what a banana is. Start from scratch, remix your gallery, or try a pre-made template. Unbelievable. We're in the new world, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole new
school. It's
world.
Like the old school, yeah.
Man. Anyway, how do we get on? That's what I wanted to just not even talk about the predictive market thing.
Oh yeah.
Although they were conflating two different things because
What?
they were saying that they are more accurate than polls.
I don't understand that.
And I do because
Are
they're
they crowdsourcing?
two different
Is
questions.
that why they're crowdsourcing?
Yeah, they're getting sort of the crowd consensus. But here's the deal. If you're electing, like they knew they were more accurate in terms of Donald Trump winning in 2024 than all the pollsters and the CNBC Kornacki idiot and doing what they were doing with numbers. And the thing is, I understand that because a poll, as far as I know, asks people, hey, who are you going to vote for? And they might tell you the truth, they might lie or keep it to themselves, but they say, will you be voting for at the polls? A thing like this is more like, hey, whom do you think will win? That's a different question. It's kind of like when I ask people on our Tony show, whom would you like to win the Tony Award versus whom do you think the Tony nominators will vote for? I think there are two different things going on there, which may be why predictive markets are more quote-unquote accurate in predicting stuff than pollsters who say, well, we're going to just, if you say you're going to vote for so-and-so, we'll lump you in with all the people who say they're voting for so-and-so.
It's very weird. I still don't get it, but they're making money off of it. The goal is money, right?
It's America. It's the world.
It's gambling.
The goal is money.
Isn't it gambling?
Of course it's gambling. It's exactly
Is
gambling.
it legal?
Yeah. Yeah. And why shouldn't it be legal? I'm not a fan, but what should be illegal about it?
But do you have to pay like the company money, like extra money to put the thing? I don't know. I'm breaking.
I think the company takes a piece of the vigorish. I don't know.
Remember we watched the chess show. And
Yeah.
the one guy was doing the online chess, and he was supposed to be like this great, chess player. And what happens was he was using like AI and he was cheating.
He was cheating. Yeah, he was still a great chess player, but not that great.
So I don't know. I don't get how that works.
I don't either.
I don't understand.
If I did, as nice as the house we're in, as nice as the neighborhood we're in, we would be living in a mansion I wouldn't want to live in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills?
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't. No. We'd be living, no, Vail is too snowy and cold. Where the hell would we have our mansion?
The moon. We live in
A moon mansion!
That's right. I want to live on the moon.
Oh, and feel weightless?
Oxygen is for babies. Who needs oxygen?
It's funny. I talk and talk and talk this whole show. You get one line, and it's like the funniest frickin' line of the show. Thank you, dear.
That's not true. You're more funnier. You're the funniest.
No, oxygen is for babies.
That is.
That hit it.
Oxygen is.
That was beautiful.
You don't need. Here, the ones there right now.
Anyway, you're watching Dave's. Oh my God, it's almost an hour into the program. You're watching Dave's Gone By.
When is the guest going to come?
Well, it's pre-recorded, so we haven't chatted with Rabbi Sol. It's as soon as we get through with Non-Greeley Times.
Okay.
So we're going to get to that in a moment or two.
I can't find the...
Just want to remind you that Eddie Frierson, the voice actor, you've heard him on, not you, nobody on this.
What voice does he do?
Well, that's the thing. Nobody watching this program watches Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but he gets to go to all these conventions. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. And
like
tons,
the
yeah.
Ninja Turtles?
I don't think he ever did a turtle thing.
I don't think they're the same thing.
But, lots of Japanese anime cartoons and things like that over the years. He's done some other acting.
Is his voice unique, like a unique sound?
He's got a good, clear, strong voice, and he can do a lot of character voices, too.
Oh, they like that. Character voices are popular.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Eddie Frierson talking with Rabbi Sol Solomon later on this episode, on this August 1st, 2026, which we're calling FRI Day for Eddie Frierson. Also...
Can I ask you, is he really into the... Is he really into the baseball? That's what got him in?
Yeah, the baseball. He's not into anime and graphic. That's Jobs.
Yeah, I'm
He
trying to
doesn't
figure
get
out the connection.
that.
Like, what's his main thing?
But baseball he loves, and
Oh.
he was fascinated. I mean, he'll tell that story with Rabbi Sol of how he got into doing a show about Christy Mathewson. And that'll be kind of cool. Coming up in a little while, about 15, 20 minutes, I think. We'll have story time with Rabbi Sol, reading the book, I Like Your Chutzpah, plus Colorado Limerick going to Corona, Colorado. All of that ahead. But you're right, I think it's time, just about 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Time. Why not have some ridiculous, crazy news stories from all over the place? We used to call it Greeley Times, but now our stories no longer, generally, come from Greeley, Colorado. They come from everywhere else but Greeley, Colorado. We have our first call. Oh my goodness. Pooh phone. Hello. Oh, we're going to Ottawa, Canada for this true story as reported by United Press International and Shepherd Express, which is really where we get a whole bunch of our stories now, from Shepherd Express coming out of Wisconsin. Here's the importance of proofreading, ladies and gentlemen. Posters that were put up around Ottawa referencing public squares were put up in both English and French to promote the city's Uncommon Spaces initiative.
Okay.
However, the French version of the signs were misspelled.
Oh no, what did they?
Instead of placettes publiques, they read placettes pubiques, meaning pubic squares.
Wow.
Actually, they're usually more of a diamond, but yeah, signs were taken down, but not before going viral on social media.
Yeah. Well, you could do it. I mean, that's an easy spelling error.
Easy
It
error
probably
to make.
auto-corrected.
Yeah, but said one city councilor who was embarrassed by the mistake, we just want to attract francophones who will participate in our events.
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah.
Very intimately.
The pubic versus the private, I'll tell you. Oh, another phone call. Goat phone. I'm so deaf in this ear, it's like, I can still hear it. Okay. We go from Blame Canada all the way to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Or Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Well, that's for you know who.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Broken Bow, Oklahoma, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
This was reported by the Smoking Gun. And this was the actual headline of the Smoking Gun about a week ago.
Is that a paper?
Oh, it's a website of news items, and they're like TMZ a little bit.
Like AP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the real headline.
Yeah.
Roast beef with a side of herpes.
What? That's not real.
No, I'm telling you, this is real. This is real. Former Arby's manager Amanda Hendricks was charged with poisoning food and or medicine with intent to injure. That's the basic charge. After, what did she do? She spat into customer sandwiches.
Oh, David, I'm sorry. Oh, God.
Or one customer in particular. Apparently, allegedly, presumably, she spat in the sandwich, and this gave the customer herpes.
Is that possible?
I guess. You know, and we're talking, it's oral herpes, like
But then
cold
also
and
you
canker
have to
sores.
rule out, could that person have got it any other way? Like, I don't know the transmission of that.
But it's not the sexually transmitted
No,
one.
I
It's
know, but like, then why didn't other people get it?
Here's the deal.
Was she doing it to everyone's food or just this guy?
Jenica Church contracted the ailment after eating a roast beef sandwich she bought. And by the way, she bought like
God.
4 sandwiches for 10. Her other family members ate the rest, but no one else got sick. So, how did they make this connection?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, Church's daughter heard rumors that Hendricks bragged.
She didn't let her mom If you heard rumors about a food place, why would you let your mom order food there?
This might be after the fact, I'm not sure. That the woman bragged about spitting in church's food.
Why?
Have a spittle butter sandwich. Have a spittle butter. That's for Art Paul. Church contacted police, who served a warrant to Arby's for their surveillance tapes.
Okay,
Officer Zane.
Maybe they're from scratching and psoriasis.
Officer Zane Man described the video. Quote,
Zane Man?
Zane Man. Z-A-N-E. Zane Man. Quote, Amanda. Again, this is a quote.
Yeah.
Amanda has the meat in her hands.
What? But
that's a true way to get herpes.
Disgusting. So, how did they find out there was herpes in the sandwich?
Well, here's the deal. She lifts it to neck level, leans her head down,
Oh God.
and you can see her saliva
Oh God.
leave the mouth and go into the sandwich.
That's horrible.
Well, it makes a juicier cut of roast beef, I'll tell you. He called her and asked her to come down to the station. She told them she didn't have the transportation to do that.
Oh.
But when she realized that they had video of her doing this, she confessed over the phone. Jenica Church is now suing both.
I want to see if you could get herpes from.
Yeah, oral herpes. You know
No, I know what you're saying. I'm not. Yeah. Can you transmit herpes if you spit into a sandwich?
And the answer is...
It just says it's rare because the
Rare.
virus dies outside the body. It's theoretically possible.
Well, the roast beef is rare, but the
It
herpes...
says it's very rare because it dies within hours once it leaves the body.
Hours is a long time.
Yeah.
If you spit in a sandwich and somebody eats it within 5 minutes...
Consume right away.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Arby's, we have the herp.
That's like...
Yeah. Well, remember, my mom used to work in a supermarket that doesn't, or that part of that particular supermarket, the chain still exists, doesn't exist anymore. She worked there for years,
I didn't know that.
quite liked working there. And there was a disgruntled employee
Oh, I don't know this one. Is
at the supermarket. Oh no. And apparently after hours, one time he was mad about...
This is what I don't get.
Yeah.
When you leave your job...
Oh, he hadn't left yet.
Okay, because when you leave, they take your keys, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, this is when he was still working. This is one of the reasons he did leave.
Say he was a butcher or something.
No. But they did have back in the day, they don't do this anymore, maybe on the Lower East Side. They used to have these giant barrels filled with pickles. Because, it's a Jewish neighborhood, we love half sour pickles. So he apparently made wee-wee into the pickle barrel. Actually, can you look that up? Can you look up Food Town pickle barrel piss?
Okay.
True story. Years ago.
Food Town man who urinates in pickle barrel, New York. There's no official record. Oh, they have a whole bunch of cases that are similar.
Other people have done this.
Yes, it's not just...
Oh, wait, I missed it. I lost it. Where is it? I lost it.
Give it to me. David, do you know how to use a phone?
This thing doesn't have a handle. Every time you touch the damn screen.
It's a phone.
Yeah.
I gotta go back. Okay. News report or cases of man urinating in Food Town supermarket, New York City, in a pickle barrel.
Yeah, you would cross Delancey to get away from that, I think.
Let's see.
And, if you do that in a pickle barrel, it's kind of a big deal.
Now hold it this way.
Yeah, just put it on the flat palm of my hand here. Sam's Club 2025. Oh, wait, this is like Non-Greeley times here. An old man, 70-year-old man, older adult, excuse me,
Thank you.
was arrested and charged with criminal mischief after a customer photographed him
Oh, God.
urinating onto 2 pallets of food products in Lady Lake, Florida,
Why?
causing $10,000. Why? I had to go. They were cleaning.
Yeah, but Costco is a big store, right?
It's Sam's Club.
That's
Sam's
big.
Club.
They're
No,
big
but
stores.
Think about it. Sometimes we go into Wegmans and they close the bathroom.
Oh, yes.
Like, I have to.
No, they have one.
Where's the blueberries?
No, they have one upstairs, but you have to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 70. He's not going to go upstairs. He's like, point my dick to something.
Go on to other ones.
In Monadnock Food Co-op, this is also last year in New Hampshire. Monadnock.
Yeah.
23-year-old online content creator got jail time after he urinated on on bulk food items, including organic quinoa, I told you I don't like quinoa, cornmeal, polenta, and raw walnuts.
Does he like it to open?
I guess that's what they, Oh my God. The Story Sugar product recall. And required deep sanitation of it. Of course. Yeah. Kroger's,
What?
This is going back to 2018. Kroger's in Michigan. He urinated directly into a deli meat.
Wait, I can't hear you.
A man urinated directly into a deli meat display case.
What's a deli meat display case?
Oh, come on. Think about Woodrow. Think about any deli you've been to.
Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Fridge.
Any appetizing store.
It was like a food product.
Oh, I'm going to get the Knish. That Knish isn't yellow enough. Oh, yeah.
Are there more of them? There's nothing with pickles so far.
Oh, let me marinate those olives.
But there's nothing about pickles.
No, nothing about pickles specifically. Pickles was the one that I was told by my mom back when she was working at... and again, this is 40 years ago now. But, the fun people have. Okay.
I'm going to ask for more of them. Hold on,
More stories of people urinating on food. Because there has to be. There's got to be more. The face you're making is showing me that there have been.
This is horrible.
Flag on the palm.
These are even worse. The second one is worse. Go ahead.
Hong Kong supermarket drink spiking. A 63-year-old man was arrested for targeting multiple retail chains. He used a syringe to inject urine into bottled soda.
Why?
I don't know. 7-Up and Coca-Cola Plus. Not just Coca. It's Coca-Cola Plus. That's the plus. Regular Coke, no. The plus. It's Coca-Cola piss, basically, isn't it?
It's wee-wee.
Ooh. The contamination came to light after a 9-year-old boy needed medical attention after consuming a tampered drink. How much could you put in there? So 2 liter.
And what's in the pee-pee?
Well, pee-pee. People drink. I mean, it's not so toxic. People can drink their own pee. Let's see the funnier one. A restaurant worker in Kansas, operating under an online alias, was sentenced to 11 years in prison after filming himself urinating into food sauces and rubbing items on grocery urinating onto the sauce and rubbing items on grocery inventory. Putting the sauce,
Yeah.
Business closed shortly thereafter. Yeah.
I saw one time. It was a black and white film. Must have been in security camera. It was of an employee. You know those big sinks where they do all the dishes?
Yeah.
And they were taking a bath.
I saw that. Yeah. This is the most disturbing one.
Oh no.
2019 Walmart, Pennsylvania. Woman turned herself into police after a store surveillance clip that went viral caught her urinating directly onto a bin of raw potatoes. Gabby, that's a sex thing. Don't go there. We love it. We, of course, have a potato fetish on this program.
I'm gonna say pickles.
It's the one day we don't have a potato. Oh, hold on. Were you there, Potato? Were you there when this woman urinated onto the potato bin? I was telling, don't get it on my eyes. Do it on the hat. Oh yeah, give it to me, baby. Yeah.
Read that. That's pickles.
The most widely documented food contamination case, explicitly involving pickles, And there are videos on the internet where you can see women getting explicitly involved with pickles. This is in Laywood, Kansas. And 2 years ago, a 21-year-old restaurant worker named Jace Christian Hansen, there's a serial murderer's name, right?
Christian Anderson?
Jake Christian Hansen, like the brothers there, arrested because he was filming himself contaminating food items and then posting the videos to an online adult website.
Yeah.
He was urinating directly into the restaurant's pickles and au jus sauce.
Thing you're going to contaminate.
You can't choose. You can't. He thought pickles, roast beef gravy, pickles, both. I'm going to drink some extra lemonade first.
They have to be strong enough that they mask whatever, right?
Well, the thing is, I could see getting away with pickles because it's so briny.
It's briny.
But au jus is like a gentle gravy meat sauce.
Maybe it was,
he estimated he contaminated the restaurant's food more than 20 times. Sentenced to more than 11 years in prison.
Most places have cameras in kitchens, not to catch any other behavior other than food stuff. Like, you shouldn't,
But the thing is, we live in an era when everybody's got
a cell phone.
Imagine how many times this must have happened in the 50s and the 60s. Wait, there's one more. A man recorded himself walking into the store and dunking his entire head into a pickle barrel.
Why?
It is not for us to ask why.
What they used to always say years ago, I remember, because I did temp work, they'd say that people would wee-wee in the coffee pot. That was the old joke. And then
you don't use the thing in hotels now.
No, that's Ireland. Because I was told, someone told me that when people, say it. We don't drink, but that when people drink, if they have to wee, and they don't want to go to the restroom in a hotel in their bathroom, they go in the teapot. I'll never use a hotel teapot.
I'm a little teapot filled with piss. This is why I smell like this. But
I won't.
I'd rather
go to Target, buy a $5 one than use somebody else. I was mortified.
Well, yeah, it would never occur to me.
No, me neither.
I would use the ice bucket. That would be my ice bucket. I wouldn't pour ice on myself. That's a lunatic doing this. But for the charitable ice bucket challenge, I say, how high? I'll do predictive betting. How high can I fill this ice bucket? It'll be my first pee of the morning, so I'm going to be full. There's going to be a lot in there. But will it go up quarter inch, inch and a half? You choose. And then I would film it and then get arrested. But anywho, all right, let's do one or two more elsewheres on this Non-Greeley Times segment of Dave's Gone By.
Know you?
Ooh, that's me. Look at that. Okay, hold on.
Oh, and look.
Show me. My wife is showing me things on the phone that you guys can't see, but
that relates to everything you're talking about.
Let's go to Mexico. Mexico.
Wait a second.
Dames y caballeros. Mexico. Oh, that's so weird. This literally says Mexico.
Yes, you said you wanted
But why would we have had, they weren't even in.
That's the only one left.
Mexico.
Yes.
For our next, see, I love the serendipity. Thank you for that. Shepherd Express reported that he, ladies and gentlemen, is the Batman of Lagos de Moreno. He's an anonymous vigilante in Mexico's Jalisco state. What he has been doing is he's been going to alleged thieves and duct taping them to lampposts.
What?
Since mid-June, police have discovered 5 individuals
you can do that.
Bound and taped, some of them showing visible signs of assault and battery. Others have had, this is great, mustaches, cat whiskers, and the word thief drawn on their faces. Pink signs above the victims indicate that they were being punished for stealing motorcycles. Police are investigating those crimes while searching for Taper Man.
Yeah, but how do you know? I mean, my thing is, like, you don't know. Like, what happens if they're wrong about the person? Then they've got them taped.
Well, he's beating them up a little bit, and he's taping them. He's not killing them yet. So, and maybe he's catching them in the act. Or maybe it's so obviously clear in the ways that you can't get through in a courtroom, but in real life, you're like, guilty. Let me just wrap you in duct tape a few times and let the crows peck at you. Crows peck at you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, one more non-Greeley time for this Saturday morning. Okay, we're going to Hillsborough, New Jersey, back to New Jersey, and honest to God, this story was reported by Smithsonian Magazine.
Wow.
Woo-hoo. I'll even do my studious glasses for this one.
Okay. Yes.
On the morning of July 16th,
Yeah.
2024,
Yeah.
a meteor streaked across the sky. It exploded mid-flight, and part of it smashed through the roof of a home in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Said one homeowner, quote, I heard an immense crash and felt the house shake. I opened the door and there's a hole in the ceiling above my bed. Also, the room started to smell like rotten eggs and was covered with black soot.
Is that mold?
No, it's meteors, pieces of a planet. When small black rocks were gathered together, they weighed 3 pounds and were collectively dubbed the Hillsborough meteorite. Okay, that was 2024. But this is like, this should be the front page of every newspaper in the country. 2 years later, this year,
Yeah.
scientists have discovered that the meteorite shows traces of chemistry that make up the planets, amino acids
Wow.
and salty water.
Wow.
So they think the meteor was part of a smashed up asteroid between Mars and Jupiter. So they tested this stuff, and there's,
Yeah.
not that there's life on other planets, but there's the components that could sustain life
Functions of life.
and created the life on ours.
Yeah.
Whoa! What? We're so worried about Russia and Ukraine and Israel and this and that, and it's like, there's amino acids in meteorites. Whoa! You don't seem impressed. All right.
One more and then you gotta be your guest, right?
Right. So, yeah, let's do this one more. Or should I hold this one?
Do you have enough?
Oh, I got plenty.
Okay, then do one more.
Yeah.
Just pick one, but make sure we know which one.
And you know my obsession. It's one of my obsessions here. Daylight savings time.
Oh boy, yeah, you do. No, it's like your dad with some political figure. It's your nemesis.
It's my...
It's
Why?
your nemesis.
Why? Well, let's see. Last week, this is, by the way, reported by National Public Radio, NPR story on this, out of Washington, D.C. Last week, the House of Representatives voted overwhelmingly to eliminate spring ahead, fall back
Wow.
clock
Is it
changing.
going to happen this year?
We'll see, because it's just the House so far. Now, but amazingly enough, in 2026, not everyone is in favor of stabilizing the year-round time via the Sunshine Protection Act. President Trump is on board, and he hopes the bill will pass the Senate so that everyone can enjoy that extra hour of daylight in winter this later on. But not everyone.
Ooh,
Go figure, NPR would report this.
who's fighting?
Take a wild, weird guess, and why I would bring this up.
Zookeepers?
That'd be a great, no.
ShopRite owners? Food town owners?
I mean, for me, anybody who has to go out and drive early in the morning, I could see, but no.
Yes.
Orthodox Jews,
Are pro or against?
they're complaining about the elimination of daylight savings. Why? Well, Jews complain about everything, but for them, the non-time change is a problem because they pray 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
was it Shachrit? Wow. 7 years of Hebrew school, I can't remember a damn thing.
But what's the concern?
Here's the deal.
How does that affect? You can still pray.
The first prayer has to wait until it's light out to start the day.
Yeah.
It's a prayer that starts the day. It has to be some sunlight out. That means Jews, a certain time of the year, would have to delay school openings and be late for work
Oh, wow.
because they can't leave until the friggin' sun is up because they got to pray for 20 minutes or
Can
hang
you
out.
pray at school?
They can't do anything until they do that prayer. They basically have to wake up and do shachrit or whatever the one is called. For example,
Okay.
if it's first getting light out at 8 o'clock in the morning, which in the winter might well be if they push the clocks because it's getting lighter.
Oh, that's like for a
Staying
lot
lighter
of
later.
Driving
Lighter
might be
later, yeah.
bad, right?
Right. So let's say it's really just getting light at 8 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning. Jews then have to go to a minyan at the shul,
Oh.
do a half hour or so of prayers, and then be able to start their day. So, to be fair, some scientists think also that the human body is better served by earlier light on winter mornings, circadian stuff, because why it's dark until 9 o'clock in the morning. What the hell, right?
It's depressing.
And farmers will also have issues because of shorter mornings, and parents worry about kids going to school in near darkness.
Yeah, but you wanted it eliminated. You were voting.
Oh, I'm team later days.
Yeah.
I'm team, when I had 9 to 5 jobs and getting out of work at 5 o'clock and it's pitch dark, I'm like, I hated it. What, sorry? Well, note, by the way, that in certain cities, winter sunrises would be really, really late. Like in South Bend, Indiana, it wouldn't get light out until 9:15 in the morning.
Oh.
So imagine the Orthodox Jews in that town, they won't be able to go to work until like 10.
But even the people driving, like I know sometimes when you drive me and it's not light out, you say, let's wait till it's,
I hate it.
till there's light or there's sun,
I mean, if I'm going to a place I already know, I know the roads. But if I go somewhere I didn't know,
I wonder if more accidents occur when it's darker earlier, people can't see well, or if people are tired.
And let's not forget, it's winter.
Yeah.
There's going to be maybe frost, snow on the ground, a little icing or black ice.
Yeah.
So I get it. And the thing that I did not remember is that a couple of times they did try eliminating it.
Oh, really?
And it didn't go well. And they went back to daylight savings.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think in 1970, or I looked it up. I didn't make any notations about it. But there are two sides to this story. It's just very funny that NPR is reporting very specifically about the Orthodox Jews, whom you figure would not have a dog in the fight, are suddenly, oh no, we gotta get to the minyan, and we can't, But we'll see. We'll see what the Senate does.
I think that it's always like whenever there's legal stuff, there's always a pro and a con.
Yeah, but I don't know why they can't just make a deal and say half hour. We shift everything by 1 half hour to and fro, and we keep it. And that way, everybody's happy and everybody's unhappy. Compromise, we're good. Anyway, speaking of timings, that is our time here on Non-Greeley Times.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool. I'm sure that you'll agree with me that Greeley was no fool.
What he is getting at is that Mr. Greeley was no fool.
Yippee-yi, 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 yi-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the 1043rd episode of the Days Gone By Facebookio Podcastio Programmio of the Stream, live on this Saturday, August 1st, 2026. We still have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned coming up for Corona, Colorado, as well as Rabbi Sol Solomon reading I Like Your Chutzpah. But before we get to any and all of that, and also we have to say towards the end of the show, a farewell to a couple of musicians who passed this week, and they weren't friends of the Daverhood. They haven't been on the show, but they, kind of want to say a farewell to them. So all of that is coming up. But as promised, if you're into baseball or you're into theater or both, you're going to want to stay tuned for this interview that Rabbi Sol Solomon did with Eddie Frierson. Now, Eddie Frierson, 30-something years ago, was doing a show about Christy Mathewson, this major, important baseball pitcher of, the early part of Major League Baseball. And Mathewson was a really interesting character, great player. Oh, what do we have?
The flag.
So this.
Do you know where the pennant is?
Oh, it's probably lying flat on top of the under that left box thing. Try there. If it's anywhere, unless I stuffed it in a box, it might be under those things. Is it?
That's a turkey.
Oh, well.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, folks. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Wunderbar.
The other one says touchdown, which I know is not the right sport.
But this'll do. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, Eddie Frierson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this. Because Frierson just got captivated by this player's story and decided to.
What's unique about the story?
Well, he's going to tell us. He's going because apparently Matheson wrote an autobiography. So he decided to create and craft a one-man show about Christy Mathewson called called Matty, An Evening with Christy Mathewson, with Frierson playing this baseball player. And he did it, and he did all these places. He brought it to off-Broadway. It was a hit there. And then he's been doing it on and off for all the years since. We're talking more than 30 years now that Eddie Frierson's been doing this show. As a matter of fact, he's going to be doing it again at the Santa Monica Playhouse for 2 nights.
I just got invited to a goose painting party. I mean,
in mid-August.
yeah.
So, in honor of that, and in honor of the fact that Frierson has also had this whole big career doing, shall I show that?
No.
Doing voice work for zillions of cartoons and anime and Japanese shows and things, as well as American ones, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and what else has he done? And his voice has been used in tons of movies, including some big budget Hollywood ones. So, yeah, and he's won awards for his theater work. Eddie Frierson. I'm going to share my screen. Hello, screen. Hello, Dave.
Wow.
Thanks for sharing me. You're welcome, screen. I'll bring this down. I'll bring that down. Let me open this. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On the 1043rd episode of Davis Gone By, there's Rabbi Sol. Joining him, Eddie Frierson. Take me out to the ball games. Take me out. Shalom, my friends. Shalom to all of you. This is your old pal, Rabbi Sol Solomon, founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. And who doesn't love a ball game? Well, if you're a New York Mets fan right now, you know. But who doesn't love stories and lore of baseball? And lo and behold, we have some lore here, because this person that is in front of us, Eddie Frierson, Dave, who produces this show, saw a play of his more than 30 years ago. Off-Broadway, it was playing at the Lambs Club, and it was called Matty, An Evening with Christy Mathewson, who was this very important ball player for his time, somewhat sadly forgotten now, except when this man, Eddie Frierson, keeps bringing him back 3 decades later, doing the Matty solo show. He's going to be doing it, in fact, at the Santa Monica Playhouse on August 15th and 16th, so get your tickets. Why should you see? Well, let me tell you a little bit more about Matty as I introduce this man. First of all, he's maybe better known in the industry as a voice actor. I mean, he's got a body too, but he uses his voice in lots of TV shows and movies and games like Power Rangers, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. He was verbally in the Dr. Dolittle movie with Eddie Murphy. We may ask about that. You heard him in Moneyball and, of course, Osmosis Jones. Plus, he's done a bunch of Japanese things that only incels really kind of know about. He's won awards for his theater work in LA and New England. Won't you please welcome to the Daverhood, Eddie Frierson. Shalom. Eddie, batter up.
Shalom. How are you?
Not so good, but what can you do? I'm Jewish. You're nice.
As long as you're batting behind me, though, I know I'll be protected, so it's all good.
Thank you. There you go. See, I've got the spirits, the good things channeling at you. Now, one thing that we didn't mention, and one reason that you're so connected to sports and to Matty, the Christy Mathewson story, is didn't you want to be an athlete early on?
Well, I think so many people want, that dream. And I love the game of ball and played baseball, won a state championship at my high school, Hillwood High School in Nashville, Tennessee. and then went out west to play at UCLA and got my degree in theater. And the love of the two of those things, it was pretty clear that I was not going to be a major leaguer. The dream was there, but then it kind of quickly dissipated when,
did you hurt yourself as some people do, or you just didn't? Yeah.
No, there's just a huge difference of being awesome in high school and pretty good in college. Pretty good's pretty good, but it's not the bigs. So, it's a great experience, wonderful. I'm still really tight with Coach Gary Adams, Hall of Fame coach, who shared an office with basketball legend Coach John Wooden, which is kind of fun. So by mixing in theater, I used my theater degree and kind of created this show quite by accident, and that's a whole long story.
Go figure, theater was your safe choice. That was the safe major.
But it's through that, now kind of an honorary member of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Me and my kids represented the Mathewson family at the 75th anniversary of the inaugural class. I got to spend a whole week with the grandkids and the kids and great grandkids of Walter Johnson, Honus Wagner, Ty Cobb, and Babe Ruth. It's just crazy. And
it's all from
I've been blessed in many ways.
How old were you when you started coming up with the Christy Matty on Evening with Christy Mathewson?
Well, my first research trip, and that was just because my dad found an old copy of Pitching in a Pinch in a used bookstore in San Diego when he was out west teaching a workshop, a weekend seminar at UC San Diego. And he brought it up to me, I was living on the beach in Santa Monica, and gave it to me. And I thought, oh, yeah, that's nice. I've heard of Christy Mathewson and just knew he was in the inaugural class of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Didn't know a lot about him. And that sat on my shelf for a couple of years. And then when I was running out the door to go to a family reunion, I needed something to read on the plane. So I just reached back in, and that happened to be the book that I grabbed. And I was laughing out loud on the plane before that was a thing, long before that was a thing. And when I got to the beach with my dad, I said, "Hey, that book you gave me, I think I can do something with this book." And he's like, "Well, where's he from?" I said, "I don't know, Factoryville, Pennsylvania." He goes, "Well, where's that?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Well, why don't we go down to the AAA and we'll get a map and find out." Remember when we used to go to the AAA and get maps?
Yes, I do remember this.
Yeah,
I'm so old, I remember when it was the single A. And the map didn't even, it was the size of your palm, and it was 2 blocks.
There you go. Well, others have been there since it was rookie ball. I don't know, but we found out. It's. He goes looking at the map. He said, "Oh, it's outside of Scranton, and Honesdale's right over there. Walter B lives in Honesdale. When we get back to Nashville, why don't you take the old beat up Colt and drive up there and see if anybody's still alive?" And Walter B was Walter Barb, who was my dad's advisor and mentor when he got the first PhD ever at Kent State University. And
your father did, not Walter B.
Yes,
he
my
was
dad.
By your dad.
My dad did. But Walter was also the editor-in-chief of Highlights for Children. So every time you went to the doctor or the dentist office and you opened up Highlights inside the front cover, Walter had.
My doctor was so bad; he had low lights. There was terrible doctor.
There you go. Well, my dad was on the board for that. Walter gave him his first big credit, and so he was on the inside cover of that every time you went to the dentist when you were a kid. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, he went up there, and by the second day of this trip, without going into it because it was just mind-boggling, amazing. It stopped being about this book and these unknown characters and started being about this amazing person that I didn't know anything about. And it wasn't any longer about me and having a vehicle to, further my career, but people really needed to know about this person who was the most famous person on the planet for the first 15 years of last century. And he was ahead of his time, really had an outlook on life. And so I've been able to introduce him to so many people. And I just consider him a very, very, very good friend. And there were people that were still alive back then who remembered him as little kids. They were all in their 90s, but got some fantastic
give us a little idea of first of all, from the book, what you found so funny, and then what was so amazing about this guy, Matthew. I know you do it in your show, but what was it in the book that caught you and made you laugh so much? And then what did you learn about him from people?
There was one particular story in the umpires chapter that just, and of course it's not in the show and has nothing to do with it, but it's kind of the thing that grabbed me where, oh my gosh, there's laughs in this. There's an old umpire, Silk O'Loughlin, who always dressed impeccably. The players said he did not sweat, and he had this amazing voice. And so he would sing before the games, and he was a big strike-ta person when things were going on. But the line that cracked me up is they said everyone was afraid to slide into home plate when Silk was working behind the dish for fear that they might cut themselves on the crease in his trousers, and that made me laugh. Then I found out years later that Silk O'Loughlin ended up walking away from umpiring, moved to Europe, and was a big opera star in Europe.
Wow.
Crazy, right? And so they're just little things like that, and the more anecdotal stories that I got, and the real life experiences that I found out about him.
By the way, what is so great about him as a ball player? What was he?
Well, he's arguably the best pitcher that ever lived. Won 373 games, although he only knew of 372 of them. They found another win for him in a game that he won, that he came in to save when the rules didn't exist the same way as they do now. But they found that win because Grover Alexander went ahead of him with 373 and retired. And so then they found a way to tie them both for the most wins in the National League, which is a story most people don't know. At the time, Grover was, oh my gosh, he eclipsed Mathewson. But anyway, he invented what he didn't invent it. He was just the only person who threw it, what you would call the modern day screwball. And so that was sort of his...
Please, everyone calls me a modern day screwball. That's
There you go. His hook, shall we say, the opposite break curve that some can throw, like Fernando Valenzuela is the last one who really threw it well. But Carl Hubble, was the next person, decades later to throw it. And of course, the rest of his life, his arm kind of hung limply by his side, turned outward because he threw it so much. Mathewson would just throw it when he was in a pinch. And I have a great story though. Robin Roberts. I was doing the show.
Wait, Good Morning America? That Robin Roberts? No.
Yeah, Robin Roberts from Philadelphia Phillies. So,
different. Yeah, okay.
I had gone down. He was coaching at University of South Florida back in the 70s, and I had gone down on a recruiting trip. Didn't end up going there, but now it's 20 years later, and I'm going to be doing the show at the University of South Florida. And a fellow from the Tampa Tribune had called to do an article, and I convinced him that you don't really want to do an article about me, but you would like to do an article and an interview with Mathewson's niece, Grace, who was Henry Mathewson's daughter. And he did, and it was this wonderful spread and all that. But at the end of talking to him, I said, hey, you don't happen to have Robin Roberts' number, do you? And he goes, Coach Roberts? Oh, yeah, I got it right here in the Rolodex. Still was a Rolodex in the late 90s. So he gave me the number. I called. His wife answered. She said, "Oh, he's not. Coach isn't in right now. He'll be back tomorrow. Can I take a message?" And I gave the message, and I said, he called back the next day, remembered me somehow, and specifically about the day that we were in his office, which wasn't really pleasant for me. But now he's just like boisterous and fun and whatever. He says, "Can I bring 14?" It's like 14, sure. So he brought 14 people to my show. And after it was over, him being a ball player, I'm back, I'm trying to get dressed, and I'm, buck naked in the dressing room. He comes bursting in. He says, "I've got a Christy Mathewson story for you." So, oh, really? And he just comes in, pulls up a chair while I'm getting dressed. And he says, "Yeah, when I was at Michigan, I could hit. I took pride in my hitting. I hit a whole bunch of home runs in the big leagues. But, I not only I throw hard, and I didn't care about anything else but throwing hard, hard, but I could hit. I could smack the ball. And here I am at Michigan, and Coach Fisher's throwing BP, and he's throwing up, and I'm going crack, 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 balls everywhere all over the park. And then he throws a pitch, and I swung, and I missed and spun around and almost fell down. And I said, what was that? He goes, get up there, hit it again. Roberts, go. Let's try it again. Throws again. I spin in a corkscrew. I almost fall down. I go, what is that? And he goes, that, Roberts, is Matty's fadeaway. And he taught me how to throw it because this fellow, Coach Fisher, had played for the Cincinnati Reds when Christy Mathewson was the manager of the Reds 1916 to 1918. And he tried to teach everybody he met how to throw the fadeaway, and nobody could be disciplined enough to actually learn it to throw in a game. But Robin Roberts told me, he says, there's only one person I ever threw it to, and it was always an out. I'm telling you, you don't believe me, 100% of the time, ground ball to second base, Roger Maris. If I had 2 strikes on Maris, I needed a ground ball, I'd throw Matty's fadeaway. It's either an out or a double play. And that's my Christy Mathewson story. And I thought, man, that is great. These are pearls that you just can't get anywhere else.
Well, let me ask you about that, because you had the show at that point. You creating a one-person show. And then out of the woodwork, since you've been doing it for 30 years, people go, oh, I've got a story for you. Oh, I've got a Mathewson. Has your show been basically frozen for 3 decades, or do you make room to,
Well, here's the interesting thing. My director, wonderful guy, very talented, excellent writer, excellent director, definitely an interesting personality, Kerrigan Mahan, who he saw a very early version of the show at the Santa Monica Playhouse, where incidentally I'm going to be doing it in a couple of weeks. And when it was over, because I was still in the developmental stages of it at that time, I got a phone call like 3 days later, and it surprised me because I didn't really know him very well. And he said, I answered, hello? He said, this man talked to me. So what? Excuse me? It's Mahan. This man talked to me. I said, what are you talking about? Talk to you. He said, listen, you have something special here. This man talked to me, but you need help. I would love to direct this show and turn it into a real piece of theater. And I went, okay. So we spent weeks, months, years cutting, pasting, moving stuff around. The basic stories were there, but moving things around, eliminating the chaff, good editing. By the time we had a little 45-seat theater, and we got a bunch of church ladies in there for a test audience, as it were. And we made sure that none of them enjoyed sports at all. They even resented their husbands for watching football on Sundays. And when they were all standing at the end, we knew that we had good theater. It wasn't a baseball play. Of course, if you love, enjoy baseball, you get a whole different thing out of it. But basically, Christy Mathewson, his whole outlook, like, we all have these same experiences, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the tragedies, the great triumphs. And the same kinds of people. These, they tend to be umpires in his world, but they're your teachers and bosses and parents. And so I think everybody can relate to his words, even if you don't know, like, or care a thing about baseball. And that's really what struck me right from the start, from all the different writings and things that I had found about him and the stories that I learned from people who were alive when he was alive. A lot of that's not even in the play. It just kind of has all come together. Well, it did ages ago, and I'm just thrilled people still ask me to perform it, because it is my, there's one time when I got thousands for one performance, and I would do it free on a street corner tomorrow. I'm donating my time. Don't tell that if
there's producers listening to this show. Well, do not tell them that you would gladly do it for free.
But here's what I will say is, wherever you are in the country, if you would like to see this, and someone involved with a theater or, a nonprofit group or a school, I would be happy to come if expenses are covered, and you can either put it on for free for people that you want to see it, or a fundraiser for your group. I'm happy to do that now. Of course, if you want to pay me thousands of dollars, that's all right too.
Yeah,
So I was just thinking that the lotto was really high yesterday, and I guess the two lotteries that are going on right now, the other one's kind of pushing up in the hundreds of millions of dollars toward $1 billion. I thought, well, if I won that, I would just do 2 months on Broadway and tape it, and then be done with it and enjoy the retirement of the show. But I just love doing it.
After all these years, you haven't done like a solo Netflixy or Amazon.
Well, it's a really sad story. Back when we did it in '96 at the Lambs, what is now ESPN Classic, it was Classic Sports Network at the time, they wanted to tape the show and have it for broadcast. We had this whole deal done up because it was the early days. People didn't have high def TVs yet, and they were trying to create high def content for when that came out. And so they were going to send their film crews to come and do it over several days, and then they were going to allow us to have to retain the sales of DVDs and tapes and whatever else we wanted, and it would cost us nothing. The deal was, though, that they could broadcast it at least twice a year for 10 years, and that our compensation would be the proceeds from one commercial break every time they aired the show.
All
It's
right.
like, man, you can't beat that. But they could only do it the week after Christmas, and we had announced months in advance that we were closing the beginning of December because, my daughter was newborn. I was going to miss her first Christmas and all of that. So they said, hey, if you can get someone to professionally do it, broadcast ready, the same deal stands, if you can do that. So we scrambled to try and find a crew to do it, and we found what we thought was really a wonderful group. They were going to shoot 4 cameras with 2 different shows, matinee and an evening performance on our last weekend, and they did. But as I came into the theater, they had taken all the gels off the lights. I said, why are you doing that? That's going to change the way it, oh, well, for TV, it's got to have the thing. I said, but don't you have beta cameras? I mean, won't they pick up the light properly? Can't you do color correction? I mean, you're going to wash it all out. No, trust me, this is the way it goes. Okay, fine. You're the pro. And then they tried to put a wireless mic on me. I said, look, I move too much. I hit myself. I do all this. We'll put it underneath. It'll be fine. You won't even notice it. It's like, but I'm okay. I trust you. Okay, let's do this. And then I said, the cameras, I need a wide shot and a tight shot and a left and a right. And that's it. And don't move them. Don't zoom in. Don't zoom out. What we'll do is we'll create, pan and zoom with working with what we have, and fade in, fade out. But I don't want the camera moving, because then we won't be able to do that. And it's like, okay, we got it all. Great, fantastic. So we shot the show. It was months after I got home before I got the first cut. Absolutely miserable. Out of focus, washed out. And all of the sound sounded like this because it was inside my uniform. It was unusable. Not even as a promo couldn't use it. So you can kind of see what the show looked like in New York. But that was such a horrible disappointment, because literally the show would be known to everyone if that had happened, or if Classic Sports had been able to do it. I mean, Bob Costas would still be doing it on Wednesday nights on the he was there the day that they shot, by the way. He did with the Wednesday nights on MLB Network. I mean, so that was just really sad. And it would be great if we could go back and get the younger Maddie, taped that way. But I would still love to. That's another thing. If anybody's watching, you got a production company, stuff costs money, and I get it. But it would be fabulous to just be in a setup with somebody for 3-4 days and shoot the whole thing from many different angles, and just finally get a definitive version of it that's not from the back of the theater just looking at it.
It's not
plenty of that.
That much of a rush. I mean, you'll probably still be doing this for another 20, 30 years. So
until my knees give out, I guess. I don't know.
Now, you have done you mentioned another one-man show that you did. Were you working on? This is not the only show you've ever done, right?
Well, no, I've done dozens of performances of different stuff, but this is the only one-person thing that I've done. At one time, I was looking into, I've always been fascinated with President James Garfield, and I thought, well, that was a really interesting thing. Just awful because people don't know anything about him.
Well, if it's Garfield, you might as well take a shot.
Well,
Yeah, that's a little comedy like that.
that got me in the back.
Thank you.
Oh, too soon. That's just too soon. But like, I'm convinced that had he not been assassinated, there would not have been any Jim Crow. Because the election right before his was when they, fellow Tillman won the election votes, and they did the Electoral College to make sure that a Southern Democrat that close after the Civil War wasn't put in power. And the trade-off there, because the parties have changed now. The old Democrats are now the Republicans, and the Republicans of Lincoln's day are now the Democrats. But they agreed to pull all the troops out of the South in order to allow, who is it? Buchanan? I can't remember who it is that they put in place. But then
Nixon?
Garfield, won that next election in a very close thing. He didn't even want to run. It was kind of a crazy Republican convention in Chicago that year where it took multiple ballots, and he was trying to get Sherman nominated, and there was a faction that wanted to bring President Grant back, and it was just, anyway, fascinating stuff. If anyone's interested, Destiny of the Republic by Candace Millard, phenomenal book about
and you've got the show. You've written it. You just need to perform it, or you working?
No. I was interested in doing it, and then it's just things happen where I'm taking care of kids and doing stuff, and my mom passed, and so been having to deal with all of that kind of stuff. So it's just
your father's still alive. This is kind
of 93 and a half, and loves doing everything. So we keep traveling back and forth to his home in Florida and mine in California, and we have this running joke that when I'm in Florida, I'm on vacation. When he's in California, he's on vacation, and so we'll be back for the Maddie show at the Santa Monica Playhouse, and
so he's going to be in the audience for that. Oh, he'll be watching you in the audience.
Oh yeah, and when I'll go into rehearsals for the show Miss South Dakota in September, and he'll probably go to all the rehearsals because that's what we do. He flies with the. I'm happy to be happy. Lots of fun to be had. So we.
And by the way, this Miss South Dakota, that's going to be in, as you said, in Burbank in October. This is not a play that you wrote. But it's a play that you're in. It's a little comedy, a silly little thing. What is it?
Right. It's sort of a romantic comedy. Old washed-up football player and a former Miss South Dakota who never married. The football player, you find out, no spoilers, but it's just kind of fun and light, and it's going to be done. I don't know what they call the theater space, but it's going to be in the main room. They set up a theater at the Methodist Church in Burbank, across from Burbank High School. And so that's going to be sometime the beginning of October. And again, I'm not sure the dates yet because we haven't started the rehearsals. So,
but
I started trying to learn lines, and that's not an easy thing to do.
I'm not at my age. I know. I'm telling you. By the way, if you want to keep tabs on Eddie Frierson, remember, first of all, if you want to go see his show, Matty.org is the website, matty.org. Find out about seeing it August 15th and 16th at the Santa Monica Playhouse. But all your other projects and your history and your life, you do have a website, eddiefrierson.com, Frierson, Eddie Frierson.
Right.
Now,
and I'll be signing autographs at the Power Morphicon, the Power Rangers convention at the end of August out at the Pasadena Convention Center. So that'll be fun too if anybody wants to come and meet me.
Is that your main source of income? The voiceovers, I guess, and also going to these con things.
The con thing I just kind of do for fun, and I really feel bad about even charging people for signing stuff. I really do. But that's the way those things work, and people seem to be happy to do it. And I don't want to rock the boat with everybody that is making money around me. So I tend to enjoy talking at the cons to fans and stuff more than anything else. It's not a moneymaker for me.
Well, what are Power Ranger fans like? Are they pocket protector, nerdy people, or things you wouldn't expect?
You would be surprised. It's a wide range. You've got some that are like Star Trekkies and whatever, that dress up and do all this. You got others that bring their babies in strollers. There's others that just look like, regular businessmen. And there's others that just are wandering around, soaking it all in. To me, I find it remarkable because I never thought much of the show as far as like quality and high entertainment and what have you. But the kids that watched it, who are no longer kids, it apparently affected them deeply, and I appreciate that. And the season, I did so over the course of many seasons. I did lots of monster voices and different stuff. But the one season, Time Force, Power Rangers Time Force, I was the voice of the evil robot Frax. And it's the only season of the whole Power Rangers thing that the Rangers did not win. And so it's kind of become this cult season for fans. And my character, the robot, goes through this whole cathartic thing at the end. And I guess it has moved a lot of people. And there's all kinds of clips on YouTube about all
do
that.
us a bit. Can you give us, I don't know if they jimmy it in post and do things to it beyond that, but can you give us a little Frax? Can we hear a little bit of Eddie?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing. The thing is when I first went up, I got the call from Scotty Page. He said, "Hey, I got a robot, got a couple of lines. Can you come up and do it?" And it's like, yeah, sure. It's a job. So I went up, and you see this golden robot, and just laughing. She looks like someone who sounds like this. Yes, master. Oh, yes. And we laughed, and so that's what it became. Not having any idea that in the next episode there would be more lines, and then more after that, and then he's a main character. And the thing was, about the second episode, there was a point in time where his eyes popped out, like when there's the commercial break for a soap opera, and there's dun 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 dun, and they zoom in, just like this, right? Well, here it is. The robot's eyes pop out, and it had this sound effect like the old, I know you'll remember this, the Rock'em Sock'em robots, right? As the eyes come out, that little
Yes.
gear noise. And it was pouring rain outside, and I said, "Hey, can I try something? Because I don't want to go get in the rain." I said, "Try what?" I said, "Just run it." And when the eyes popped out, I went into this maniacal laugh. Right? Sorry if that's too loud.
No, actually, we didn't hear it because, I don't know.
It broke up because it was too loud, but it was
there we go. That's
this maniacal, loud, like demon laugh. And we were laughing so hard, we're all on the ground, like laughing. And, oh, my gosh, that's crazy. Oh, that's funny. You know what? That's staying in, So I go in the rain, whatever. Then anyway, he calls and says, "Hey, we got more of the robot." And I go back, and now 3 times in that episode, his eyeballs pop out, and now it's a thing. So every time his eyes pop out, it's the noise, and you would be shocked. Well, maybe not. But the fans love that. Hey, do the laugh. Yes. And it's like, okay. But if you're in a convention center, I can only do it really loud. So it everyone's heads turn. It's kind of like when I try to say, the noise of the zombie gal in I Am Legend when she's on Will Smith's table and pops up and her mouth is like, and the jaws popped out. They needed a sound for that. And I ended up being me doing this loud, incredible, stupid noise. And that's the other one. It's like, that is really loud. It's like chalkboard scratches times 97. So
I've been told my voice is incredible, stupid, loud. Tell me.
Well,
when I do sermons,
but it's so intelligent and deep and emotional and powerful and so inspiring.
Yes,
Rabbi.
and perspiring. Let's just get this from my ear. Oh, now,
He's the perspiring, inspiring rabbi. I love
there
it.
you go. As long as I'm not expiring yet. Couple more
Oh,
years.
that's good. You got time.
Do you do impressions since you have so much quality of your voice and can
Well,
do so
you
many
know what?
voices?
I mimic stuff, but I kind of shy away from straight up impression stuff. Like I get asked all the time because I become known as sort of the sports guy in Hollywood. I like all the play-by-play and horse races and period newscasters, and I kind of do this fake Harry Reasoner thing when I'm this morning in the Oval Office, President Nixon met with Leon Jaworski. That kind of thing. That then when it's put in the thoughts, it sounds just like it, right? But to me, it's a cartoon voice. Doing Red Baba, doing his fouled back this way, wind blowing out toward right field here at Ebbets Field. Jackie Robinson on deck, doing that thing. I kind of that little fake thing, and that same thing in double speed is my horse race announcer. Secretary on the far side, around the far turn. Here they come, up by 2 lengths, and so. I do stuff like that, mimicking the real people, but not wanting to be them. So, like, I get asked, hey, can you do a Vin Scully? It's like, first of all, I would never, ever, ever step on, a baseball royalty like that. I mean, I can fake and do Jack Bach, or Harry Callis or whatever, and it's not right. It's just the case. But it's real easy for me to go, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Dodger Stadium. I can do the sing song, and that's what I do because...
And by the way, if you want to see a hairy callus, I've got one right there. It's painful.
There you go. But it's just the one hair, though, right?
Well, I comb it. I do a comb over, so that it's particularly.
An elbow comb over. That's excellent.
So, what voice did you do in Moneyball? That was a very, very popular.
Well, it's interesting because the gals who were hiring all the voiceover talent, they didn't know baseball at all, and Bennett Miller, who was the director, it was only his second movie ever. Capote was his first, and he had gotten an Oscar nomination for that. And but he was given Moneyball to do, and apparently he's having a lot of trouble because as he told me later, so like I got to have a documentary, but this is a movie. It has to be a movie, not a documentary. We've got this big segment where that's okay. But the whole thing is coming off like the book, like a book, and it needs to be the movie. But I have all this information I need to get out, and without going into the meeting that kind of made everything flow and happen and whatever. It's like, well, if he's in his car, he's in his truck. Well, the radio's on in his truck. So, like for instance, I laid down voiceover stuff throughout the movie. And then we hired people to replace a lot of the stuff that I had done, and it was fun too. So when you're watching and it's right after the World Series, he's in his truck driving in his talk radio, and I'm the host on the talk radio, and we got so and so from Bellingham in here. We just go, it's like we're a farm system for the New York Yankees. You'll hear that line, and that's me. But it was really kind of cool. The one day, because I mentioned Bob Costas just a little while ago, that he was there that last weekend when we were taping the show. And he's been a friend ever since. It's just kind of amazing. He's exactly like you would expect him to be in real life. Just, he's like the brother next door that's got that voice, But Bennett, there's a sequence, a back sequence of Billy Bean when he's in high school. And he said, "Gosh, it would be so great if we could just get like a known something in there for that." And I said, "Well, what about like a Bob Costas?" He goes, "Oh yeah, but that's probably that'll cost $1 million." I said, "Well, hold on." I pulled out my phone. And he answered, and I said, they can't afford anything but the day player rate. Would you do it? And he's like, absolutely. Here, hold on, let me put you on. I put him on and so he's in the thing. And what's so much fun for me is in the rolling credits, I'm just under Bob in the scroll at the end. And so that to me is really fun. And we still exchange Christmas cards every year. It's just a hoot. I can't believe it. When he saw the show, in New York that weekend, and that next Wednesday, so this is 3 days later, my mom calls me on that Wednesday night, says, "You're never going to believe who we had breakfast with." I said, "Who?" She goes, "Bob Costas." I went, "What?" He was here on a speaking engagement. He looked us up in the telephone book. He gave us a call and said, "I just saw the show and I'd love to take you to breakfast." And so we went down to the Union Station downtown in Nashville. It was just so great. I'm like, okay, cool.
It's so, I love hearing mensch stories. We always, we get, yeah.
It's really great when people that you would expect to be neat, nice, wonderful people actually are. So that's kind of good.
Especially when people like me are not. But you certainly
are.
Well,
that's just the comb over talking. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, I got to flip it the other way. There we go. That's better.
Now you're loved.
Okay. We're talking with Eddie Frierson. Please remember that he's doing his show, one-man show, Matty, an Evening with Christy Mathewson, about this legendary baseball player, which you can see at the Santa Monica Playhouse over on 4th Street in where? Santa Monica, California. August 15th and August 16th. You can get tickets at either matty.org or Santa Monica Playhouse. They have the website there too. You can find out more about Eddie Frierson by going to eddiefrierson.com, because he's going to be doing a comedy show in Burbank in October called Miss South Dakota. He won't be doing Miss South Dakota. I think your wife would have some issues with that. But he's doing a play called Miss South Dakota, and that's happening in October. So one last question for you, Eddie, before we have to let you go. I'm not sure which one to ask. Which has the better story involved? One, you were in a movie or a show or a TV thing playing Bigfoot. Or two, you were on the classic TV game show Tic-Tac-Toe. Which is the better story, Eddie?
Well, they're both good and not too long. So the first one is,
tell them both.
Is Little Bigfoot, and for whatever reason, that became a cult classic. So I'm just the noises for Little Bigfoot in Little Bigfoot 1, 2, 3. There were several of them, but it's like whatever the noises were.
Sounds like my colon. My God.
Well,
yeah.
and that was done at the same time as another cult classic, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I know that one.
I am all of the clowns in Killer Clowns. So Squeaky, all the way to Clownzilla.
Wait, do that one again. It didn't come through. We didn't hear it. Try to do it low. Do it low.
Just turn up the volume 20 times. Anyway, so we thought in both cases that these are really lame movies. These are going straight to video and sent to, Bangladesh. I don't know. But Killer Clowns, it has had a revival. It is now like the top Halloween costume, and this is 40 years later. It's kind of crazy. But so those are Little Bigfoot, and what was the other question?
Oh, the other thing is, before you were even really doing anything as an actor, as a voice person, apparently you were a contestant on Tic-Tac-Toe. Was that Wink Martindale? Do you have a Wink Martindale story?
Wink, he had just retired, or
shit!
It was a new guy, had big mop of blonde hair. And he was really like this. It would have been, good at that thing, but it's like, oh man, it would be like if you didn't get Alex and you were on Jeopardy. You know what I mean?
Or Art Fleming. Or Art Fleming.
Here I was a 5-day champion, but could not beat the dragon. And it happened to be that my dad was out there that week. They taped all 5 shows, just right one after another. And I just remember there's this one the category that kept popping up, and when I had to pick the square, it ended up being famous. It was famous blondes, and it was like the 4th time I go, famous blondes on the right side, and he goes, "You seem to like that category." I went, "Well, I hope to be one someday." And that was my big laugh on Tic-Tac-Toe. But my dad I don't know if any of that is on YouTube or anything, or if anyone even archives stuff like that. But my dad was in the audience. So when it came time to try and beat the dragon, of course, we still joke about it that he lost me the money and just got me a lifetime supply of Tetley tea, which they only gave me 1 box and never fulfilled the lifetime.
No!
Well,
have you written to the company? They owe you.
I don't know who to ask, and I'm not a tea person, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
But he's doing things like our house address in Nashville and phone numbers and stuff for picking the thing, and you got all the way to where you just need one more, and then it would be the dragon, and so didn't get that trip to Tahiti or whatever was, the giant yacht or all the
But
other.
5-day champion, that's bragging rights, baby. That's
cool,
all right.
and it was good and at the time it was like about $5,000, and that was a ton of money for
1980.
a guy living on the beach in Santa Monica, coaching at Santa Monica High School for basically 10 cents an hour, and refereeing volleyball. That's how I was making my living before the acting stuff really kicked in. So
Well, we are thrilled that the acting stuff kicked in and continues to kick, hit, punt. Actually, kicking, there's no kicking in baseball. No crying in baseball, no kicking in baseball. But there's certainly acting in baseball because this man is doing the show Matty on Evening with Christy Mathewson. See it at the Santa Monica Playhouse on the weekend of the 15th and the 16th of August. Get your tickets. You have one more thing to say?
well, I'm just saying, as a reminder, if you're watching this archived long after August 15th and 16th, just keep going to the website and see if I'm coming to your area because, for whatever reason, and I'm thrilled, I still get asked to do this even now that I'm much older than Christy was when he passed away. So it's all kind of neat.
Well, this has been a home run for us here in the Daverhood. Thank you, Eddie Frierson. Much mazel with your show. Continuing luck with everything. Oh, what a grand slam. Shalom.
I had a great time. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna use that comb over on the elbow joke.
I'm working on this one too.
Forever.
Yeah.
Oh, you got them on both sides?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I might go Brazilian on this. I'm thinking. I'm not sure.
Okay. You know what? A good wax might help.
It might. Shalom to you.
Shalom.
Eddie Frierson in the Daverhood talking about his show Maddie, talking about the mats I have on my elbows there. Oh, what fun, what joy. Go see his show. Now, yes, I'm Rabbi Sol Solomon back with you live in the flesh. I've got my special dollars today and, of course, my usual payas and my yarmulke, my glasses, my mustache, my fillings. This one's hiking a little bit. I'm here for you because not only do I get to do the interviews on this Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio, Spotify-io program of the air, but sometimes I even do other segments. For example, StoryTime. This is where we read a story by someone else. Not me, not Dave. And it kills some time. You get to hear a nice tale, and we get to comment. We maybe joke or have a little fun with the book itself. So today, Dave, of course, thought of me for this one. We're going to be reading I Like Your Chutzpah and Other Yiddish Words You'll Like. Yes, indeed. This is by Suzy Ultman. I Like Your Chutzpah. So yes, I, Rabbi Sol Solomon, are going to be reading this to you now. Here we go. Let's open this puppy up. Is this the first pair? These books are so annoying when they do for the children thing because it looks like there's a page here, like it's all sort of, but it's not. It's stuck. But it feels so you take your fingernail and you go toink, 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 but you can't open it because there isn't a page. Damn it! I like your punim, which means sweet face. Look at, I don't know, the way he's looking side eye. Not exactly sweet there. There's something a little bit scary and off with that, but very nice. I like your punim. And punim, by the way, just means face, not sweet face. They have to sweeten later. I like your schmutz. I like your schmutz. Now, schmutz means filth, dirt, crumbs, or who knows what. Maybe this is a line in a pornographic film. I don't know. But, oh, I see. See, the little birdie there is eating from the ice cream. It's not really, schmutz is not drippy ice cream cone. Schmutz is schmutz. Schmutz is pig pen. Schmutz is dirt. Schmutz is the things that come out of Zoran Mamdani's mouth when he gives a speech. That's schmutz. I like your shtick. funny little performance you do again and again. If there's anybody with Bobby's shtick, it's this guy you're looking at here, as opposed to Hand Banana. I don't know what the hell is going on, but shtick, people get tired of shtick and then they get nostalgic and they love your shtick all over again. So don't be a shtick in the mud. Damn it. Next. Oh, this is nice. I like your mishpoche, your whole big family. Look, I don't know what got into the DNA of all these people, particularly this one. Okay, someone's been watching a little too much Bob's Burgers there. I don't know. Oh, that's a dog. Okay, this is a very messed up genetic family right there. But there we go. I like your whole family, your mishpoche. To continue. Oh, I like your spiel, which is a long, detailed story, or you might say a sales pitch as a kind of a spiel, right? Or if you're talking about fruits and vegetables, you might have a banana spiel. Right. We're getting through it. This will be a quick one. It's a short book. It's got almost no words on it. I love people write books, they get published, they get money. There's like 30 fucking words in the whole book. I like when you oy vey, which is, this makes no sense. Oy vey, as you all know, is an expression of, hi. This says, surprise, overwhelm. Is overwhelm a noun? Disappointment, worry, or disbelief. That's the rest of these. Okay, I get it, but it's like, oy vey. Who likes when they do that? Nobody wants to hear oy vey from someone. You're not supposed to like when someone goes oy vey. Oy vey is supposed to signal there's a problem. There is a disappointment. There is an overwhelm, or even two overwhelms, as opposed to a singular whelm. Stupid book. I even like, this I get, I even like when you kvetch. The even makes this one make sense. I even like when you kvetch, because kvetch is a negative thing, complaining that goes on and on and on and on. I'm trying to think of someone who kvetches and complains about things. And just finds fault with everything, has a problem with the politics of the world and with society and with people, and just, kvetches about it nonstop, endlessly. Damn it, I can't think of, no one I can think of like that. Just was at the top of my head. Next, I like, here we go, your chutzpah, your spunk, and guts and determination. This is nice. There's like a little bit of getting through the rain clouds and probably without an umbrella, without taking shelter, which may not be the brightest, but hey, that takes chutzpah right there. Spunk. And if you tell someone I like your spunk, you might have a play date that day. I like your seichel, smart and wits. Look at this. Not sure why her chin is shaped like Peter Griffin or his tuchus, but, smart wits coming out of her head there. Very nice. Her seichel, her mind, her brain. Are you learning all these Yiddish? Oh, I will test you on these later. No, I won't. I like your... I can't even. I like your spilkis. Now, spilkis is nervous, fidgety energy. You're sitting there, you're watching a Broadway show, and it's all right, but then it's getting on, like the first act is going to 70 minutes, 75 minutes, 80, and you're sitting there like, it's not even having to go to the bathroom. You're just kind of like, you got spilkis. You want to get up and run around and do something else. Spilkis, I get, all right. What is this? What the hell? What is this? Like a piece of taffy that was sitting on a car's dashboard for a week? I can't. I don't. And Spilkis, this looks happy, excited. Well, that could work. I don't know. This book is very, very... Look, what is this?
It's small intestine.
Oh, thank you. That could very well be.
It's a stomach, I think.
Oh, it's a
I
stomach.
think it's supposed to be a stomach, like your...
But an empty stomach, or as I would say, hey, no shit. Okay, I get that
I
little,
think he's probably-
little comedy right there.
Probably could be.
Oh. Now this is not, no, no, no,
What?
no!
What?
This says, I like your meshuggahs. What they mean is, I like your mishigas. But they spell it meshuggah. Meshuggahs means, I like your crazy people, but no! They mean ridiculousness, nonsense, stupidity. They have misspelled
Are you sure?
the Proto-Yiddish. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. We should check this. But I'm telling you, it's mishigas is the word they want. I like, look, meshuggah is a nut. It's
I
a
like your
lunatic, a crazy person.
Okay.
You don't like someone's meshuggahs, you like the mishigas. Check this.
What's the difference between meshugas and mishigas?
And the answer is, survey says, the difference is in their grammatical function. Meshuggah is an adjective meaning crazy or insane or mamdani, while mishigas, commonly spelled mishigas or M-I-S-H-E-G-O-S-S, is a noun meaning craziness, foolishness, or crazy. Whoever wrote this book did not even bother about words. Did not bother to check the difference between a noun and an adjective. Who is this? Suzy Ultman. Hey, what else? What else is in here? One more page, thank God. Oh, Boobala, I like you. My little darling. So Boobala is someone who's a sweetie, a cutie. Boobala, booby. You know, you've heard booby. This is my little darling with a little, either a heart shape or a tuchus with a bug hole and pimples. Either one could work. Let's find out about this book. Yiddish was born over 1,000 years ago and lives on today from grandparent to child. Introduce your newest generation to 11 beloved words and one wrong word from their expressive language with considered translations and irresistible art. Irresistible, huh? You have the intestine picture. What the hell is this? This is irresistible. I can resist this very easily. If I saw this on Tinder, resist. Yeah. What else we got here? This book is dedicated to my family and good friends who inspire me to live life with chutzpah, and to all those reading a little extra chutzpah in their lives. Copyright. This is a brand new book. 2026 by Suzy Ultman. I guess she does she is the illustrator, presumably, as well as the writer. So, yes, she wrote all the words in about 15 minutes, and the pictures took some time. Unless, of course, she AI'd it. I wonder. What else we got about this book? Let me just vamp a little bit here. Oh, a trademark of Penguin Workshop, of Penguin Books. Penguin. You know, they could have had an editor there go, it's not Michigas, it's Michigas. Library of Congress. The text is set in Suzy Chunk and Trenda. And the art was sketched in pencil and then finished in Adobe Illustrator. Not quite AI, finished in Adobe. Edited by Cecily. I gotta write to Cecily Kaiser. Dave's wife, could you do me a favor? Can you take a letter? Take a letter, god damn it! To Cecily Kaiser, Penguin Books. Dear Ms. Kaiser. I don't know if she's a Ms. or a Mrs. or a they or a them. What the hell is wrong with you? You have a book with 12 words in it, and you can't get all 12 words right? I'm sure if you were doing a book about the 12 plagues, one of the plagues would be spelled fleas instead of flies. If you were doing the 12 days of Christmas, God forbid, maybe you're an editor, you have to deal with all kinds of books. You know, you would have 12 lords looping. Get it right. If you're doing a second edition of this nonsense, it's a brand new... Oh, it's not that. How the hell? Wait.
Here, Rabbi, calm down here.
I'm not...
Rabbi, here, focus.
Oh, she's showing me a...
Focus, there you go. Calm down.
Wait a minute. There's cheese on this.
No,
This is a pastrami sandwich, and there's slices of cheese.
That's mustard.
That's not mustard. Look at it. Are you trying to drive me Michigas? Wait, no, wrong word. Anywho, do it, etc. Yours, Rabbi Sol Solomon. His, him,
I'm gonna
it.
send it. I'm gonna send it here.
Please do. Oh, good, the mail truck is in.
System, yes.
It's the mitzvah van. Oh, look, there's ice cream schmutz that we can lick. You missed that part. Anywho, you're right, I need to calm down. I don't want to make my ulcer act up and my prostate act down. I am Rabbi Sol Solomon, founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches. And you can find out more about me by going to my website, shalomdammit.com. Shalom, D-A-M-M-I-T, shalomdammit.com. So, my rabbinical reflections, my mini sermons are there. Also, links to my recent story times are there too. And links to the interviews that I've done. For example, I did that earlier interview today with Eddie Frierson. You will find all of these things at shalomdammit.com, plus my stage show, plus episodes of my TV show. Check out the site, please. Anywho, well, it is August 1st, heading into the late summertime. And my tallis is breezy. Pastrami's got cheese on it. Which, look at this. Oh, this reminds me of my prostate. Look at it. There we go. Anyway, I hope you have a ball this fine week in August. I'm going to bring David back into the Daverhood to do more of this episode of the Dave's Gone By show. So make it a great one, and shalom uvracha to every one of you from every one of me. Yeah! Yeah! Get down! All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is just about 11:30 in the morning Eastern Time. In the AM. Do I need these? Maybe I do. Here in the Daverhood, you're watching the 1043rd episode of the Dave's Gone By program. So, wait a minute. Did I mess up? I think I did, actually. Because we did the crystal ball thing, and I promised to do the Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Was it before StoryTime or before somebody?
I think it was before StoryTime or one of them, yeah.
Oops. My fault. I'm so sorry. I disobeyed. Will I be punished? Ask again later. All right. Ask later. Yeah, okay. So, sorry about that, folks. I'm still going to do, of course, our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, as well as talk about a couple of people that passed away this past week. They were not friends of the Daverhood, but still a couple of folks I do want to talk about. So, any other stuff before we get to our friends of the Daverhood?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, no, it was a relatively, well, because we didn't do much. We're sick. So, relatively quiet week. Yeah. Let us get to thanking one more time Eddie Frierson for being on the show today. Go see him if you're in Santa Monica on the 15th or the 16th, or twice on both days, when he's doing his show, Matty, an evening with Christy Mathewson, the baseball player. For more information, go to santamonicaplayhouse.com and matty.org for tickets and more specifically about the show, or eddiefrierson.com for whatever else he's doing for other projects and his voice work and where he's appearing in Comic-Cons and stuff like that. So thank you, our brand new friend of the Daverhood, Eddie Frierson. But he is not the only friend of this program. Friend meaning people who have appeared on Dave's Gone By over the 23 and a half years that we've been on the air. We have had hundreds of guests visit us, and so we think of them like friends. We think of them like, where are they? Oh, come on. Hold on, silly book. Is it in here anywhere? Oh, here, yes. Boy, that was a long way to say. We think of them as our mishpacha, our family. And so we like to tell you what they've been up to recently, since they've been on the program, our friends of the Daverhood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so friends of the Daverhood actually have two sad things to start with. I wish I didn't. I hate when I have to start with sad things, but we do have two condolences this week. One is to Dave Davis. He is, of course, one of the members of the legendary rock and roll group, The Kinks, and he was on our program a few years ago. So he and his brother, Ray Davis, maybe the best known member of the Kinks. The good news is that they've been reconciling and they're getting along and they're talking about making music together again, which is amazing considering how they have just been split for years. But their sister Peggy passed away on Tuesday. So sad for Dave Davis and for Ray Davis too, even though I don't know him. Also, oh man, this is sad. Condolences to our friend Avi Hoffman. Avi, best known for the off-Broadway show Too Jewish and Too Jewish 2. And he also founded and runs a Jewish-oriented theater out in Florida. Avi Hoffman's mom, Miriam, who was the founder of the Yiddishkeit Initiative, she passed away this past week as well. So we wish him our very, very best. Want to wish a full recovery to someone who is relative adjacent to me. It's Shai, the actor Shia Porn Kolstit. He's had his second hip replaced, so he's getting around.
The same hip or no, both hips?
I guess the other hip, yeah. Third week in, so he's walking around with a cane and stuff, but he's managing. He's going out and about, but certainly wishing a full and complete, totally hip.
That was a great guess.
Recovery. Oh yeah, him and my cousin, was it Cynthia?
She says S-C-Y-N.
Yeah, Cynthia Shub. So I'm sure she's taking care of him and helping him get over what could not be.
No, but that's her brother-in-law. That's not her husband.
Oh no, but his girlfriend, or I don't think they're married.
Her girlfriend is the sister of Cynthia.
Right. So they were on the program together too. So Cynthia, I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting the name of his.
I could look on.
She's a Shub also.
I think. Let me look. Hold on.
Please, yeah, it's.
Wait, I made a mistake. Hold on.
No problem.
I'm not used to Facebook. Oh God. I'll look up. See.
Well, when he was on Dave's Gone By, he was with.
If I look up her, you could find out.
Well, let me just see. Let me see.
Looking for her friends. Lauren Shub is a friend.
It might have been Lauren. Lauren is one of the sisters.
Lauren Shub is a friend. Let's see. She's in California, probably.
Yeah, so is he.
She's not posting anything about anything, but maybe it's Lauren, the only one. Jeffrey Kirsch is her husband.
Well, wait, that's okay. So there was Cynthia, there's Lauren,
Yeah.
and Stacy. So it's one of them. I'm sorry. I know this is family. I'm very bad about family. Stacy is his girlfriend.
Okay.
Stacy Shu.
I believe you. I don't have no idea.
Yeah, and I'm looking up. I'm literally looking up on our archives here. So, and it had been such a good period for him. And he's a man. He doesn't have periods. But he was just in that Neil Diamond movie last year. In fact, he was promoting it on our New Year's show. He was saying he was in the. It's on Netflix now. The Neil Diamond biopic. Make Beautiful Noise or whatever it's called.
You tell me what you want me. I'm still trying.
No, we're good. We're good.
I'm trying to find blue shoes.
But moving on with other friends of the Daverhood, those include the director Hamilton Clancy, who is staging Shakespeare's As You Like It as part of Shakespeare in the Parking Lot on the Lower East Side. That is closing today, so you have one last chance. And it seems like, I don't know if it's the same in New York, but looks like a really perfect day for a Shakespeare comedy.
Oh,
So,
it'd be nice to be. Oh yeah, is it the Shakespeare in the Park? I used to love
parking
that.
lot, yeah.
Oh God, I love outdoor theater.
And then,
Life.
if the weather's nice, I like. Otherwise, I'm like, meh. Yeah. Also tonight, Eric Comstock and Barbara Fasano will be at LTV Studios in Wainscott, which is in East Hampton, Long Island, doing their cabaret thing. I know it's in LTV Studios, but they have live performances there and stuff. Molly Ringwald is off Broadway from now through tomorrow in the play Are You Now or Have You Ever Been? Eric Bentley's drama about the Blacklist being revived, and that's at City Center over on West 55th Street. On, I guess, 8/4 would be, 1, 2, 3, 4, Tuesday, Dave Koenig is having a free reading of his play, Good Luck, Mr. Gorski, being done at the Episcopal Actors Guild over on East 29th Street. All of these in Manhattan, of course. And now moving back to Broadway, Andre DeShields, he's in Cats the Jellicle Ball. That is closing next weekend. So you have just one more week to see Andre DeShields on Broadway. Tova Felcher's voice is in the play A Walk on the Moon at the Laura Pels Theater through mid-August. Dakin Matthews is in a revival of Wendy Wasserstein's play An American Daughter at the Irene Diamond stage through early September. And Harada in Schmigadoon, Tony-winning Schmigadoon at the Niederlander Theater. And then, of course, gotta mention all our friends. Evan Seplow, the editor-founder of StageBuddy.com. Vicky Quaddy, the actress and writer who does plays about nuns out there in Chicagoland. Go to nunsforfun.com. David Sheward, writing theater criticism for TotalTheater.com, and he also has his blog, The David Desk. Eva Heineman, she is the host of High Drama, a theater review roundtable program that you can watch on YouTube and Facebook. And Charlie Gross and Leslie Hoban Blake co-hosting Two on the Aisle, also with episodes and segments watchable on YouTube. Reminder to read Robin Hitchcock's postings on his Substack page, and Jim Caruso's cast party every Monday night at Birdland. Get your tickets at birdland.com. And those, my friends, are the friends of the Daverhood. Yeah. Franz Joseph Haydn, his very, very first symphony. Anywho, it is now 20 to 12 Eastern Time in the Daverhood. You're watching the 1043rd episode of Dave's Gone By live on this August 1st, 2026. So, I guess I'm saving our Colorado Limerick of them for last. As I usually do, I'm kind of breaking a promise there. But before we get to it, I do want to bring up a couple of people who passed away this past week. One happened just a week ago today. I didn't find out about it until after the program. But those of you who were British comedy fanatics when you were growing up, and you know who you are. It was the late 60s, early 70s. I was still a kid, and then Monty Python was airing on TV on Sunday nights, and I watched it with my dad, and then became a Python freak. And then they started airing public television, and also Channel 9 would start airing Benny Hill and Dave Allen, and all these, and I just became a total Anglophile. I actually spoke, my wife doesn't even know this, for weeks I spoke in a British accent, because I so wanted to be
I do not think you're
John
capable
Cleese.
of,
I was capable of it for my age. It was,
when are you going to do it? That's horrible.
it's not horrible. That was
It's a
horrible.
horrible accent.
I do not have a horrible accent,
You do.
yeah.
It's horrible.
But, so I did, I absolutely was enamored of all these British shows. And one of them, I mean, Python above all. The others were kind of also rans, but enjoyable. And even minor sitcoms like No Honestly and other things that they would bring, because there was an appetite they discovered. I mean, you have the appetite for all these British mystery shows that, what are they called? Not
They're called the...
Midsummer Mysteries and things like that.
I haven't watched Midsummer Mystery since 1970.
No, but you used to watch it all the time. And then all these others that come up on BritBox and Acorn. This was before there was anything like that. Americans...
Because we all like our oppressor.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't want to watch necessarily on July 4th. Why are we going to watch English television? But it turned out public television figured out, hey, people are going to find it funny. And even the jokes that we don't get directly because we don't get the references, they're still wild and funny and crazy and fun to watch. Well, not Monty Python, but there was another group there called the Goodies, which were a trio of English comedy people who came through the same stream of British television and David Frost, and I'm sorry, I'll read that again, and not Owl Stretching Time, but shows like that. And they were interweaving with the Python people, like Cleese and Palin and Graham Chapman, and writing some of the shows that they were in and co-writing and stuff like that. So the Goodies were Tim Brooke Taylor, Bill Oddie, and Graham Garden. So, and they were, it's funny, they weren't meant to be for children, but they were more relegated to children's television. They were more pun-filled, more surreal. I mean, Python was certainly surreal, but a bit gentler and kookier and more sight gag oriented than Python. And honestly, not as funny, not as great, but they were still very enjoyable to watch. And sometimes they could get a good belly laugh or two out of you. And so a couple of years ago, Tim Brooke Taylor passed away. And now they have one left. Graham Garden is still around. We see him. He's in a couple of the mystery shows and Agatha Christie things that we watch now. But the middle one, the real driving engine of not only the Goodies, but the radio show, I'm sorry, I'll say that again. I'll read that again, which included Cleese and a bunch of the other Brit people, was Bill Oddie. And Bill was this spark plug. It was this firebrand, complete wall of energy, pretty talented songwriter, could also sing pretty well, so he would be writing songs for the radio show. And he was one of the most dynamic, shall we say, members of the Goodies too. Well, Bill passed away this past week at the age of 85. And he was the workhorse. He was the one who did a million things and tried to do them all really, really well. The punkster, the songwriter. Interesting thing about him, though, was that he also dealt with very, very serious mental health issues, which made him rather hard to deal with, went through heavy depressions. His mother was a schizophrenic, and she ended up often hospitalized during his childhood. So certainly that affected him. But when he came out of the Goodies and went on to other things, he concentrated, when he was healthy, on the one thing he loved more than anything else.
Enemas?
What?
Enemas.
Enemas. No, that's Rabbi Sol. No, bird watching. He was a real super serious ornithologist.
Oh, wow, birds.
And what do they always say? Do what you love and the job will follow.
Yeah.
So he ended up hosting half a dozen to a dozen different or long-running bird-watching shows on the BBC.
Oh, that makes sense.
And he became like Britain's best-known birder. Loved doing it, and also what do you call a conservationist, an ecology kind of guy. Tons of nature documentaries and series, which is what he became really best known for post-Goodies. So overall, not a bad life and career, and he lived till 85. So a big farewell to Bill Oddie, who passed away. He was overall a good goodie. And then this was really a shock. If you all saw this or read this a day or two ago, Glen Hansard was killed a couple of mornings ago. 56 years old, co-lead singer-songwriter of The Frames and of The Swell Season with Marketa Irglova. And if you know Glen Hansard, what you know him from is the wonderful film Once, if you've seen it. Glen did actual real-life busking on the streets of Ireland, and his story was morphed into a fictional thing by the filmmaker. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the guy who made one. I think it's John Doyle. He made this lovely movie about this guy who's separated from his wife because she's been cheating. So he's living with his dad. He's fixing vacuum cleaners, but he's trying to get going as a singer-songwriter, just playing on the street with his guitar and the guitar case open and people throwing in money. And there's this attractive young woman who sees him and is drawn to him in a somewhat romantic way, but it goes beyond that. She's drawn to his creativity, his music, and they end up making literally beautiful music together with a lot of songs that were written by Hansard or co-written with him and Irglova for the Swell Season, for their duet that they did 3 albums of. And Doyle created this, this tremendously sweet and moving film of their story, of what is not your typical, will they or won't they, or they meet cute, and it's not that at all. It's about the music and their connection and what you give up and what you don't give up and what you choose and the choices you make. Marvelous film. And Hansard starred in it as a version of himself. And Irglova, the only creepy part of any of this is that Glen Hansard first met her as a person when she was 13 years old, and he was about 12 years older. And then, was corresponding, dealing with her, and then somehow magically when she turned 18 and they were doing the movie together, they actually finally then did become a romantic item in real life. And that lasted a couple of years. And we think of that as like the great John Yoko love story thing. Really wasn't. It was kind of a blip. It was a nice thing that came out of acting together in the movie. And then she got married to someone else. Then she got divorced. Then she got married again. She has a kid. He got married. And this is sad because he has a young kid. But a couple of mornings ago, 4:30 in the morning, Glen Hansard is coming out of a pub where he's been playing music, where he's been, joining around. Everybody sits around and they share songs and they share stories and they accompany each other. What's the name of it? It's it's a sing-song kind of thing. The word is eluding me at the moment.
Tell me
like a potluck, like when a bunch of singer-songwriters get together and just have a
jam.
A jam, yeah, yes, a jam.
What do you call it when a bunch of singer-songwriters get together and play music?
Hootenanny kind of thing.
Song swap?
So yeah, maybe.
Songwriters circle in the round?
That kind of thing, exactly. And in America we called it hootenannies. So he's coming back from that on his motorcycle, 4:30 in the morning, like 2 miles away from home. Slam bang crash. He's
songwriters, writers' night, jam session, hootenanny. But that's folk music.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is more.
Hootenanny's only for open mic, co-writing session, song camp.
Yeah, any one of those.
Hootenanny is for folk.
Yeah. But what is your joke? What is your line? Whenever we would be on the highway, or whenever somebody's driving us, and you see a motorcycle, what do you say?
Organ donor.
Right.
That's what I need. I'm like, what's your blood type, and can I cross match with you?
Even if they're wearing a helmet, even if they're well protected, somebody on a motorcycle going 50, 60 miles an hour, my wife sees them and they go, oh, there's an organ donor.
But I don't know. Probably their organs might not be good.
Possibly. But, yep, Glen Hansard became an organ donor. And I think it was a one-vehicle crash, so I don't even know what the hell happened. And that's it. So, but if you really want a treat, listen to that first Swell Season album, or listen, of course, to the soundtrack to the movie once, because the songs, some of them are absolutely great. And if you just want to watch once again, or even the last like 10 minutes, it's such a profoundly beautiful and moving end of a film. Really, and he's part of it, and he was terrific in it. And unfortunately, no, I have not kept up with his more recent music and the frames and whatever else. I guess I should. It always just like, oh my God, someone died. I should listen to more of their music now. And then you do, and then you forget, and then you don't. But I think I will. So farewell to both Bill Oddie and Glen Hansard, who have left this particular astral plane, but will be planing away on some other field for eternity, God willing. Anywho, it's 10 minutes to noon Eastern Time here in the Daverhood with me, Dave Lefkowitz, finishing up this episode of Dave's Gone By. We've done so much. We've had Rabbi Sol talking with Eddie Frierson. We've had StoryTime with mostly correct Yiddish word. I can't believe, how does Penguin put out a book?
I think it's okay. Let me see the word. It might be another way to do it, a pluralist, making it plural. Just, slowly roll.
I mean, I guess.
Let me see.
I see if that could be the adjective version. I'm showing this to my wife here.
M-E-S.
I guess you could pronounce it meshugas.
You mishigas, your craziness.
Right. But the way they spell it. Does anybody spell mishigas like this?
I'm looking.
Maybe in Michigan. Or maybe in a local Michigan gas station. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's hard. I think it's a derivation. Is it a feminization of Meshuggah? Because that's a little girl in the book. It was a girl.
Well, no, not in this one. This one is just weird animals.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, anywho.
You can't find it?
I'm not going to go zipping and clipping and popping. So
I don't think it's wrong. I think you just don't like the...
I don't like the spelling of this because it looks too much like meshuggahs, which is the plural of crazy people, as opposed to mishigas, which is a different word. I know I'm obsessing on this, ladies and gentlemen.
Merriam-Webster. It's in the derivation.
Is it really?
I can't say it. I don't know what to say.
Meshuggah, adjective.
Yeah.
He is meshuggah, right?
Look at the alternate forms at the top. You have glasses, honey. Why are you squinting?
Oh, yeah. Well, variants include meshuggah or meshuggah, which none of these. None of these. And again, but they're using the noun version. Oh, I can't even. This is adjectives.
Why don't you write them? You got to write
I'm
them.
going to write them. Oh, I'm mad. Well, Rabbi Sol's a lot madder than he didn't. Wait. He dictated to you a letter before. Did you send it?
He sent it on an ice cream truck.
That's true.
I'm just saying, not for nothing, but...
Well, maybe it'll come in as a drip. Nah, that didn't even make sense. We have... Oh, if you send a letter via ice cream, how do you seal it?
With a kiss.
In a vanilla envelope.
Oh, I'll see if that ice cream place is open. You want me to look?
Oh, I bet they are. We have a local ice cream place that just opened.
I know. Ice cream places near me.
This is hurting my tongue now.
I don't think it's open.
Oh, soon. Well, we're in Maryland. Northern Maryland, to be almost exact. But
Ice cream places.
my wife and I lived in Colorado for about 11 years a while ago.
said put ice cream on your pie.
And while we were in Colorado, I started doing Greeley Times, which is now Non-Greeley Times, but also I began writing a poem about as many places in the beautiful state of Colorado as I possibly could. As long as I could rhyme the name of the city, town, unincorporated community, ghost town, as long as I could do that 3 times in a limerick poem, I had a brand new Colorado Limerick of the Damned. And of course I call them Limericks of the Damned because as limericks they're supposed to be humorous, amusing, a little bawdy, a little raunchy. Mine are mostly awful and disgusting. That's kind of the point. So we have a new limerick this week on Dave's Gone By where we are going to Corona, Colorado. Corona, Colorado. I'm going to tell you a bit about Corona, Colo, and then we will have our Limerick of the Damned.
A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme, and likewise verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick.
Rocky Mountain.
So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is our Colorado Limerick of the Damned for Corona, Colorado. Now, this is a ghost town bordering between Boulder and Grand counties, Boulder County and Grand County. It's about 2 feet above sea level. You know, Denver's like the mile-high city. This is another mile over it. It's in central Colorado, southwest of Greeley, but still northwest of Denver, actually. Uncover Colorado, the website, has some information about this one, even though it's a ghost town. If you're visiting Corona, tourists can see weathered scrap materials and the remaining foundations of a former restaurant and hotel. You also get panoramic views. Panoramic views of the Front Range and tons of wildflowers. Here's the deal. In the 1800s, Rawlins Pass cut through it, but the mining and railroad booms made Corona a town. In fact,
Is it Corona like
Like the beer.
coronavirus?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
They must have fun.
But the place went viral because here's the interesting thing. It had, for a period of time, Colorado's highest elevated railroad stop.
Oh, wow.
Remember, it's a railroad 2 miles above sea
no way.
in the snow.
No way.
That meant,
That's like that hotel we saw, like in the Swiss hotel where they go on that.
yeah.
No.
Almost the entire station and the tracks had to be covered because of the weather, but so it wouldn't be just to protect it from the snow. But because everything was covered, passengers and work people would get sick from the train fumes because there was no place for it to escape. It would be horrible. The locomotives coming through.
That doesn't seem good.
And sometimes passengers would get stranded and trapped, and they had to take provisions from the freight part of the train just so they wouldn't starve.
That does not seem like a good station to get
Until everything melted. However, in good weather, tons of tourists would come through because it's an incredibly beautiful place because it's so high, and in Colorado, just an incredible view and mountain air. So in nice weather, it was a great place to go.
Altitude sickness because they're 2 miles above sea level.
Well, yeah. Well, you got to be, and hydrate, as we would say. But, and smart, in the 1920s, they simply built a tunnel so the train could bypass the mountain, didn't have to go on and over, and cut through the Continental Divide, and that's what ended up turning the Corona into a ghost town. Yeah. So.
I thought it was the virus.
or the beer. But Corona is still kind of there if you want to go up there and visit it somehow. And we're keeping it on the map right here in Dave's Gone By writing and reciting to you a poem, an evil, naughty limerick about it. And by the way, this one you literally can leave the kids in the room. It's all right.
You're not mad when Bob Dylan's song should be Lie Lady Lie.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
And first of all, you're conflating me with Rabbi Sol Solomon. It was Rabbi Sol
But
who
you were
first got...
just complaining how
I
you
am.
were going to write a letter to the girl. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it shouldn't be. No, Lay, Lay, Lay is a problematic song. It's bothering. Lie across my big brass bed. Yeah. Also bugged me when all right was spelled as one word and it was never properly one. Oh, I had an English teacher. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. This is our Colorado Limerick of the Damned for Corona, Colorado.
Okay, ready? Hold on, okay.
A daredevil fool from Corona was not just a drunk, but a stoner. A demon for speed.
Wait.
I'll do that. A demon for speed. He smoked too much weed and crashed his Corvette in Daytona. Yes, a rather cautionary tale there, our Colorado Limerick. I'm not going to say where you can write to complain because nothing to complain about. You actually want school kids to listen to that because it's a cautionary tale. I take umbrage on this. I've had 2 other towns that rhyme with Ona. So I didn't want to repeat myself. That's anathema for a creative, ridiculous person like me. So I've already used Bona, And
what about Sharona?
Sure, I think I had Sharona. I did Vajona on one of them. So yeah, the disgusting rhymes have already been there. If you want to read all my Colorado limericks, by the way, just go to my website, davelefkowitz.org. Dave Lefkowitz, LEFKOWITZ.org. That is for my writing. That is for my interviews that I've done for magazines and newspapers. That's for my song lyrics, for all my theater reviews, hundreds of them, for my one-act plays and full-length plays, davelefkowitz.org. And if you look for limericks, you will see the more than 400 Colorado limericks of the damned that I have composed to date, and they're all in one single file. So if you want a real look, if you're a psychiatrist out there and you want a peek into a diseased mind, I'm telling you, all you've got to do is go to look for Colorado limericks on davelefkowitz.org, and oh boy, you will have a field day, enough to write 20 research papers and get maybe even a Nobel Prize. I'm just saying. By the way, my other website, of course, is davesgoneby.com, and that is where you can watch and listen to every other episode we've ever done since our very first one 23 and a half years ago. This means all the radio shows, all the college radio shows, and of course all our video and Facebook shows that have been around for the past 8 years. They're all there for free, davesgoneby.com. You can also find all our interviews and full episodes at archive.org. Just look for Dave's Gone By, archive.org. We also have our audio archives at castbox.fm. So if you're traveling, if you can't watch the show for 3 hours straight, but you want to hear what we're doing, you can download it as a podcast. The easiest place to do that is castbox.fm. And then finally, most recently, we put all our episodes on Spotify.com. Plus, we have our YouTube channel, plus on our Facebook page. The best way to find out what's coming up on episodes of the show, go to this Facebook page and also davesgoneby.com. Anyway, well, it is just after noon in the afternoon here on this August 1st, 2026, as we are completing, as we are FIFA finishing. Oh gosh, I can't even get over there. Hold on.
Where are the balloons like a crown? Wait here, David. Here, wait. Do FIFA.
Oh, I'm like the goalie, so I can bat it away. Oh, no, let's not do that.
Please don't bat it into the fan.
Yeah, no, that was
you
bad.
Just throw it to me, David. Throw it. Don't bat it. You're crazy. Here.
Listen, I can catch.
Gentle.
It can't get by me. Well, I'm the goalie. I've got to... Got it. Oh! Still deflected. I've done it. All right there.
Dave destroys the room.
Yeah, well, it's your office, it's not mine. If I bash
It's your
things.
second office, David. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true. So, this was the... Wait, was this upside down? Oh, no, I'm seeing it backwards.
You like to put it that way. I like it that way.
There we go. Next week, God willing, the 1044th episode of Dave's Gone By. And we've got a guest, not going to say who it is because it isn't 100% sure yet, but we do have a cool guest lined up as we often do on the show. So it remains for me. Is this going to be in honor of not seeing Fiddle-Faddle? We still haven't seen our groundhog. We've seen deer. We've had deer, 2 deer parents and their little spotted deer. Lots of bunnies in the backyard, but no. Where are you, Fiddle-Faddle? Our groundhog. See, even my wife is proud. She hates him, and she misses him terribly. Maybe. This is gonna be how. If I die first, she's gonna be like, my funeral, and then she'll be like, finally.
If I didn't like you, I'd divorce you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable.
I just don't want to have to pay alimony.
This is true. She is the breadwinner, ladies and gentlemen. And also the smarter one, and the better looking one, and the nicer, kinder one. And, yeah. She is my better half. Or all right, better third. 2/3 of me pray. Don't start! Don't start with the language.
Copy that page, David. Make a copy, yeah.
Oh, I can put it on and send it to her. And like, it's Misha Gus.
Whenever you get, angry, you could have it as your anger inducer.
Let's see if that works. Well, it's been so good to see you again, as we do every Saturday from 9 until noonish or thereabouts, doing the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream. That, of course, is also now on Spotify as well. Sorry, just checking for something here. I also hate these books where you can't put the pages. So we hope to see you, of course, next week. And then, oh, God darn it! Fuck! Sorry. These things just get to me. They just get to me. Anywho, anything else we want to mention or talk about or so forth and so on? We're good. Have a fine early August week. Remember, if you're my decrepit age, Tuesday is, what do we call Old People Day at Walgreens. Get your 20% off.
That's exactly how they market it.
It's Geezer Day. Well, we'll get our cool pack head strips, and we'll get whatever else. Maybe
your truss. Your truss.
My truss. Yes, I can get that special walk-on toilet seat and a glass for my teeth. Oh yeah. Oh, this is going to be the highlight of my week, ladies and gentlemen. 20% discount at Walgreens. I live for this every first Tuesday of the month. That's why I'm still here. And sometimes I feel like, like Bill Oddie. Just lie in bed. Should I end it all? What's the point? What, am I going to go look at birds all day? And then, wait, I'm only 3 weeks from Walgreens. I can get my good discount, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's better than the IHOP 10% from AAA. Fuck that. No. Oh.
I want pancakes. We could make them.
We could. Oh, yeah, I've got little things in there. Anywho, we'll see you, God willing, next week on Dave's Gone By.
Dave's gone by. Dave's gone by.
I know, we're going.